Afternoon from the Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. That final injury report is out. Now, when it comes to the Jags, just know that Jamal Agnew, which is one of the best punt return men in the NFL, is officially out, as is the Jags' number one cornerback, Tyson Campbell. Now, Antoine Harrison, Zay Jones, all those players are still listed as questionable. But for the Titans, no Treylon Burks, no Andre Dillard, as well as no SMB. The rest of the players that have been on the injury report this week are all good to go. Luke Gifford is listed as questionable, as is Daniel Brunskill. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. If your feet hit the ground today, it is a beautiful day no matter what the weather looks like. It's nice and cool and temperate and all of those things. Broadcasting live today out at Cedar Creek Marina. Scoreboard Bar and Grill is where we are. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. And we'd love to see you out here. Come sit at the table right in front of the stage where me and Slay are, and you will be able to drink right in front of us, and then we'll talk with you during breaks about that. But we got a lot to get into today. Football-wise, 3HL is presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. SpringHillAC.com is the website. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Hunk. And the Evan Bank chat is open. Again, Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. That is where we are. Coming up today, guest-wise, 320, former Titans Pro Bowler Marc Mariani. He'll talk Titans Jags, break that down. He'll offer his blood in the water pick. We'll see how he did last week. Bit struggle bus this year for Mariani, but going to right the ship for sure. Former Titans All-Pro linebacker Keith Bulluck breaks down Titans and Jags as well. He'll be on from 4 until 4:45, and then at 5:20, Tennessee's all-time leading wide receiver and former Titan Joey Kent will join us at 5:20. Today, you have the opportunity to come in and fill out your pick sheet, and this is straight up, no point spreads. Just pick winners, and you can beat me and Slay. The games today are Georgia at Tennessee, Utah at Arizona, Washington at Oregon State, North Carolina at Clemson. Boy, those are some tough college football games. Eagles at Chiefs, the Monday nighter. That's another one. By the way, I heard Andy Reid 21-3 off the bye in the regular season. So there's that. Steelers at Browns. Can they score negative points in that game? Browns are going with DTR, the rookie quarterback, and that defense against Kenny Pickett, who, by the way, I was listening to Bet the Board podcast. Payne Insider pointed out that Kenny Pickett has not thrown a ball inside the hash marks in 2 games. Underneath and outside.
And deep to George Pickens.
Do not turn the ball over. That's the goal on offense for them. They just want it. Like, he gives them a great chance to punt.
Easy.
Titans at Jaguars is the last one, and then the tiebreakers total points scored in Titans-Jags. Congratulations, last week's winner. Hayden Alexander had 6 out of 7, right?
Golly.
Slay and I both got 3.
Hey, put that together. That's 6. Hey.
Combine us.
That's a good percentage to me. That's a good percentage to me, man.
I wonder if we got this. Yeah, Mark said, I wonder if we got the same ones right.
It said to beat Brent and Slay.
Oh, yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Like, right. So we tied for first. Look at that.
Tie goes to the listener, though.
Ron Slay is in the building.
I'm in the building. What's happening?
Hey, I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building.
Better be ready.
I'm in the building. Car ain't got no rules. Time for the show.
It is Trash Talk Friday here on 3HL or Friday.
Best believe I'm in
Yeah, get Hey, man, I'm tell you what. Sometimes I go on these little, this is a sabbatical. What's a sabbatical?
Yeah.
Like a little mission?
You can call it sabbatical.
Yeah,
we always say on assignment, but yeah.
Yeah, I go on these little missions, man, and friedness is a part of these missions. I don't know how it sneaks in, but it doesn't like to leave. Friedness doesn't like to leave me.
It just kind of lingers.
Yeah, like it stays.
Like even though you haven't had a drink, it's like.
No, I've had one.
Oh.
Just not today. But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I can't stop the friedness from taking over. So I just let the fried take over. I don't fight it.
So you got so fried that it set like a continual baseline for the next several days.
Boom. Where
if you have like one drink, it's like having 6
Boom.
3 days earlier.
See, I allow myself not to punt.
I'll punt for you.
I'm going for it.
I'll quick kick it.
What, Kirst? Oh, what about that, Kurt? Kurt, I always get my sound right, man.
Let's
let me get out here just any kind of way.
Oh, we do have Hunk says we have tickets to give away. Vanderbilt versus Tennessee in that last segment.
Well,
so come here to register, Hunk. Come here to register for Vandy Tennessee tickets, and we'll give that away. And we'll give those away in the last segment. Here is where we are. Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. Titans injuries real quick, and then we'll go to the phone. Somebody wants to get at us about Tennessee, Georgia real quick. Titans injuries out. Left tackle Andre Dillard. We know wide receiver Traylon Burks. That's 2 weeks with a concussion. Cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting. Questionable right guard. So Sean Murphy Bunting is a thumb. He had surgery, and it's a pain tolerance thing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a thumb injury.
I would hate it if I were a player and somebody put out that it was a pain tolerance thing.
Yeah.
That would drive me crazy.
Yep. You try to say people are weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put the club on them. club.
That's what,
work for Patrick Willis.
Yeah, Blaine played with one.
Did it? Blaine played one. See what I'm saying? Just don't worry about the interceptions.
Yep. Questionable. I don't think he did.
As a quarterback.
Questionable. Right guard Daniel Brunskill with the ankle. Linebacker Luke Gifford for the Jaguars. And this list is like sneaky big for them. This is multiple starters and key players. Out. Wide receiver Jamal Agnew with a shoulder and ribs. He is a great punt returner. He is their punt returner. And he is out. Starting right cornerback Tyson Campbell is out with a hamstring injury. Listed as questionable, 3 more starters. Right tackle Anton Harrison with a back. Wide receiver Zay Jones, who they don't think is going to play with a knee. And left defensive end Roy Robertson Harris with an ankle. So we'll see what's going on. They could be without 5 starters in this football game.
That sounds good to me.
Jaguars. 615-737-1045 is the number. Toby first up today on Trash Talk Friday. Toby, what up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
Toby.
Play VFL for life.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, my brother.
This is for you. My wife, we're going to the Georgia game, and I got this T-shirt, right? It's got Smokey, and he's holding Ugga down. He says, now spelled dog, and she don't want me to wear it. She says, what if we get beat? I said, we're not going to.
Yes. Yes, Toby. Don't you go up there with any negative vibes, and you tell your wife, know better and do better. We ain't talking about no losses. We don't figure out who won or lost until the end of the 0-0-0 on the scoreboard.
You
man.
can't let fear dictate how you treat a football game before it happens,
or how you dress,
and enjoy that day. Yeah, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, fear can't. Yeah, fear don't tell you how to dress.
Fear's a liar.
Yeah, you go up there and show them.
Tell your wife we said you can wear whatever you damn well want.
Be a little bit more respectful, you know. She says it's sort of a disrespectful shirt, but ain't that the whole point?
Yes, absolutely, especially at home. Did you see what they did to us last year in Stedman? Good gosh. No, yeah. We want to be loud. Go over there to the Vol shop and get those little gloves that they got with the little clapping things on them, too, to make more noise. We want all in on this, dog. No, ask your wife, has she ever seen Ugga's little short legs? Look how little his legs is. That's disrespectful enough.
That's it.
Let's go, baby.
Go ahead.
All right, there you go, Toby.
Yeah, I think he slammed the phone down and went and put his shirt back on.
At first, I thought he said his wife was for you. I didn't know what that meant.
I was like, wow. So if Tennessee win, do I get wives? That's pretty dope. I think Chris may have something to say about it, but I mean, hey,
it's not you that put it out there.
I'm not turning them down. Like, that's disrespectful. I'm not a disrespectful guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on Friday, baby.
If Tennessee wins, you get Toby's wife.
Hey,
that's where we are.
No, S on there. Wives.
Oh, wives.
Like a lot of them.
Oh.
101,000.
What are you going to do with 101,000 wives?
Hey, don't you worry about me. Remember, I'm fried, remember?
Yeah, the Titans had a big announcement today at 10 o'clock. So yesterday we were like, what are they going to do? Announce the groundbreaking or a new name rights holder. Well, they did that.
Yeah.
It's Nissan Stadium.
Hey, Nissan don't want to give up nothing. That's
hell
right.
no. Why would you?
Especially going into them.
Yeah, so that's a 20-year deal on the new stadium.
Wow.
It'll be Nissan Stadium.
20 years. That's all right, boy. I guess Nissan, when they put that plant down here, they was, let it be known, like, we not never leaving this area.
I love it.
Yeah, lock them in. Put them right down the river.
We asked this question yesterday. How much is the Michigan point spread affected by Jim Harbaugh being out? So Michigan is favored by 19 at Maryland. That is the Fox Big Noon game, which is 11 a.m. here.
Yeah.
BetMGM says we have not adjusted lines or Michigan totals based on Harbaugh missing games. So he's not worth a point?
That's interesting. I would think he would be. Just because of the stuff that
it's good to know when he's not going to be there next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go get somebody else.
The line will be good. Yeah, just get anybody.
Nothing's affected.
Yeah, anybody fill that void. Like,
Did you see the picture of Blake Corum after the game last week
against
Penn State?
Yeah, it was old school football
so
player
great,
right there.
dude.
Yeah.
Looked like Bronco Nagurski or something.
That was definitely old school football right there.
It was a close-up of him with, like, an extended, what do you call that stuff that goes across your nose?
The strip.
Yeah,
Yep.
And he had blood on his face, and he was, like, dirty.
It looked like they tried to butterfly stitch it.
Maybe that's what it was.
But then I think they put that strip over to, like, man, dude, this blood ain't stopping. Like,
so he can breathe.
Yeah, so. But that's it. Hey, when you going to run the block that many times, can they can't come and do that again. They can't run the ball like that against Maryland, can they? They didn't throw in the second half.
I've seen Maryland look okay, and I've seen them look awful. So I don't know what
Maryland.
I don't know what to think about Maryland. I mean, they're well coached, but
yeah, I'm just saying you can't
they turn it over a
and
lot.
say we're gonna run the ball.
Right. I don't know.
Like, you got to pass at least 10 times, don't you?
Yeah, they didn't throw it in the second half.
None. Like, 0 passes. That's what I'm trying to say. 0 on the road at Penn State. Sheesh. That's boy.
I'm looking forward to the Michigan-Ohio State game.
I can't wait for that, and that's why I think the points. That's where I think Jim Harbaugh is
going to make a difference. Yeah.
Yep.
This is a story we'll talk about a little later. The Michigan booster that funded the spying is named Uncle T.
Hey.
That's the NCAA told Jim Harbaugh that. Uncle T was funding your program there,
right.
the spy thing. And so everybody thought it was Tom Brady. Uncle T is Tom Brady. So Dan Wetzel said he could confirm that Uncle T is not Tom Brady.
Wow, good. Thanks, Dan.
That does not mean that it is not Taylor Lewan.
Oh, another Uncle T.
Could Uncle T be Taylor Lewan?
Taylor, we need to know. We need to know. The rumors are circulating, dog.
I think him and Will Compton are in Vegas at the F1 thing.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that setup? They look dope.
Yeah, but they're having problems. They said manhole covers are popping up, and that'd be tough.
The Ninja Turtles trying to come out.
You're going like 180 miles an hour down the street.
And a turtle pop out.
Look out.
Come out the sewer. Donatello.
Turtle popping out. All right, coming up next, former Titans Pro Bowler Marc Mariani. We'll begin our Titans-Jags breakdown next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right. Do you want to achieve hero status
Yes.
this holiday season? Well, let me tell you how,
right.
okay? The woman in your life will love this unique and thoughtful gift. Always in style, always fits. It's always appreciated. That would be a spa day at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Oh, yeah. You can choose your budget, whether you want to spend a little or go lavish. And do a gift card, maybe, if that's easiest. You can choose, or she can choose, from 10 different services, all under the same roof. You know, you heard me talk about it often. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, spa parties, skincare, facials, hair salon, makeup, you name it. They have it at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Gift cards can be printed directly from their website, or they can wrap them up in a beautiful presentation for you. Pair it with another gift, like a robe or a candle, all sorts of fun finds from their boutique. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. That's where you need to go. Get the gift card on their website, amomentspeace.com. Call them 615-224-0770, or you can just always stop by. They are right there at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue in Cool Springs. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. All right, the year's almost over. You need cash for the holidays or want to be credit card debt free for the new year? Well, you need to call Loan Pronto then, 615-499-5780, because they have an express equity line of credit that can get you out that cash, $20, $50, $60, $100,000 in as little as 5 days. And then you can use that money to pay off all your credit cards or personal loans, or maybe start that home improvement project, pay for gifts, whatever works. Loan Pronto can help you do it. And the best part is you still keep that primary mortgage intact, so the 3% rate is protected. Loan Pronto, their express equity line program. Did you know 90% of the time there is no need for an appraisal? You get your money out super fast. Loan Pronto helps you do it. Go visit online, loanpronto.com. You can start the entire process there without a ton of paperwork, or just give them a call and let them start it for you. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com. Loan Pronto, equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. I just leaned over to Slay. I said, what if Tennessee beat Georgia this weekend? He goes, I picked them to win.
Yep.
I'm like, well, when have you not? And he's like, yeah, that's true.
You're right about that one, too. It's a good observation, Yor. If something just comes over me, I don't know what it is.
I've got some stuff from BetOnline.ag a little bit later regarding Taylor Swift and point spreads and like who sits next to her, who gets mentioned first, like all kinds of things. It's pretty interesting. Uncle T, we'll get to Marc Mariani coming up in just a second, but Uncle T, we've got Hunk and Zeph went to work. Who could Uncle T be? It's not Tom Brady, according to Dan Wetzel. Uncle T being the guy that funded the Spygate thing for Michigan. So Michigan alums with T in their name, according to Hunk. Ty Law.
Ty Law, okay.
Trevor Price. Todd Collins. Taco Charlton.
Taco.
What a great nickname.
It is a great name.
My man, it'd be funny if he didn't like tacos.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah. Like he's more of a burrito guy.
Hey, man, I ain't no burritos no more.
Yeah, me neither. There's
Breakfast
too much.
burritos, all right, but that flour, the tortilla too much.
Yeah.
No, it's the tortilla too much.
Yeah.
Just
I
give me
know.
a little.
You want the stuff inside
Boom.
it.
All right, carry on, Yor.
Amani Tuma. It's not a Tuma.
Amani Tuma.
Zev said Tim Allen.
And
Hunk wrote, yep, Santa Claus did it.
Home Alone. No, Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. The Santa Claus also.
Yes, Santa Claus do, yeah.
And then Zev said Tom Monahan, who is the founder of Domino's Pizza and used to own the Tigers.
Oh, wow.
I still think it's Taylor Lewan.
I like
Until
Taylor
I'm told
Lewan.
it's not.
Yeah, I'm a roll
by
with that.
Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor, you did this, Taylor Lewan. It's no longer a rumor. Hey, Vols colors.
Yep, go Vols. They're bringing the boat in to the slip. Any port in a storm, right?
Yep.
All right, Marc Mariani joins us, former Titans Pro Bowler. Mark, what up?
What's going on, boys? How we living?
Man, it's Jags week. Does that fire you up?
If we're pulling that, I'm using all the motivation I can get, man. I don't know. Not a lot of positive vibes rolling through my body right now with the Tennessee Titans. So if it's Jags week, it's go time. You know, 2-2 shows up against the Jags usually. So we need a couple more big fat highlights from him maybe this week to get us rocking and rolling. But breaking this down was a little bit brutal, man. I gotta say, the last couple weeks have been hard to chew on, to say the least.
Did Moonshine have big games against the Jaguars?
You know what? We did all right. Yeah, we were right back in the day. I do remember. I think one year they were so bad, and we needed to beat them to go to the playoffs. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't want to bring it up, man. I don't want to bring it up. It's not a good thing. But I think we got the best of them back in the day. I like my memories against the Jags.
Okay.
Well,
that was always the place you went. That was always the place you went, though, where it was like all the upper deck was always covered with like ads, and all the seats were taped up, and they just didn't have anybody in the stands whatsoever. Game day atmosphere there was just trash. I think it's better now. They were just not winning football games, but so you always went there and kind of had to psych yourself out. But now it's a little different, man. These boys are number one in the AFC South, and I know they got smacked in the mouth last weekend by a good 49er team, but this team's for real, man. They got a lot of playmakers, and they're flying around. They're the front runners for sure as we look at it as we sit here.
Yep. First, the bad news. The Jags are looking for their first 3-game win streak against the Titans since 2005 and 6.
Wow.
But the Titans have won 9 out of the last 12.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey, there it is. Hey, it's Friday afternoon love. That's what we needed out here. I mean, hey, oh, man. Well, I don't know where to go, man. I don't know how to break down.
Here's one interesting element, Mark, and I think we're going to be dealing with this for a while. This is game number 1, Will Levis against Trevor Lawrence. And we're going to see this, I think, for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. And, you know, I'm still I'm unwavering on this, man. Will Levis is our guy. I'm loving what I'm seeing. You got to be tough as nails to stand in this pocket behind this offensive line, man. You got to feel a little bit for Tim Kelly. You got to feel a little bit for our boy Derrick Henry. Those MVP bets are probably not going to pay out this year again, which is just a sad truth. But I mean, we can't get anything going, and Will Levis is standing back there as a rookie, making his reads and doing his thing. And I'm loving what I'm seeing. He got another pick this week, but he threw a ball up. He was trying to make a play. I don't hold that against him at all. A lot of conversation this week, I think I've heard on the radio, on TV, on the talking heads, was about Will's progression and his future, and we don't want to get him hurt. And he's so valuable. Why are we throwing him out there? And I sat back and thought about that for a little this week, and I was like, listen, man, I think this is the best thing for him. I don't want to get him hurt. I don't want to see us start running QB draws and design runs and stuff. But, man, if you want to speed up your progression, how about learning the blitzes and the protections immediately? Because if you don't, you're going to get smacked in the mouth. I mean, what's a better teacher than live fire coming at you? And you got to know where your hot route is, or your quick route, or your check down, or your protection, or which way we slide. And I mean, if that's not motivation to study the film and get in the book and learn it, then I don't know what is. And it seems like he's doing that. It seems like he's way ahead of the game. You just feel for a guy who continues to stand in there and just get beat up. And unfortunately, for all us two-tone blue diehards, no one's coming to save us, man. It doesn't feel like we got anything up our sleeve as far as three or four extra old linemen sitting there ready. And Slay's lost all that weight now. Golly, dude, he's done. He's all skinny. I mean, I don't even know where you're gonna find a new offensive line. Anyway, I'm still on the Will Levis bandwagon. We got to continue putting him out there as long as we can. I don't want to see him get hurt, but he's showing me a lot, even in these losses.
I know you were saying, like, at some point we're going to see Ryan Tannehill. Odds are we're probably going to see Ryan Tannehill again. And I keep thinking about that with Josh Allen running around out there. He's got 9 sacks. But what's weird about him is he has huge games, and then he has games where he doesn't have anything. Like, he's got 2 3-sack games. He's got a 2-sack game. So he can explode, and he's licking his chops on this opportunity here. And that's the other thing is, like, in a game like this with the offensive line problems and a pass rusher like him, Levis is going to get hit. So obviously the hope is for him to be able to get back up. Please.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen is an absolute savage. But here's what was crazy that I saw this week about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think will be absolutely critical on Sunday, is they are tied for the league lead in forced turnovers. So they straight up take the ball away from you. And in their game, when they win the game, their turnover margin is through the roof. Did you guys want to go ahead and guess where the Tennessee Titans fall in that stat category in forced turnovers?
30th.
Tied for dead last, man.
Wow.
It's like, and you know what? I was actually pretty hard on the defense in my all week as I sat there and stewed on the Vols crap and the Titans crap. But then after I broke down the film, I saw something different. We're still flying around. We're still making it hard. There was just one player on that Bucs team that looked like he was playing in the varsity game, as in a JV game as a varsity player. I mean, Mike Evans just made us look silly. But we only gave up 20. We held them in the red zone. I mean, there was a couple good things. And this defense, we're not getting to the turnovers, man. We're not getting the turnovers, and we're not affecting the quarterback. I still have faith in that D-line, man. I still have faith in what's going on up front. And Danico Autry and Big Jeff and the boys. Harold Landry got a sack finally. I mean, he's coming out. I mean, Arden Key, maybe a wake-up game, bro, against your old team. I don't know. He had a couple flashes early, but he hasn't been the guy. But I still think our defense is playing well. But when I saw that stat category, I was like, dang, man. The Jags are just feasting on these turnovers, man. Tied for number 1 in the league, and we're dead last in the league in forced turnovers. So I think that's going to be critical this week. But, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at this, guys, and, again, we've done this the last couple weeks. I could rave about Will Levis. It's not going to matter unless somebody else steps up and makes plays around him, dude. Yep. I mean, Tajay Sharp had a couple great plays, man. Tajay Spears, had a couple of great plays, which was fun to see. I gotta throw a bullet, man. I'm sorry. How underwhelming was Chiga Okonkwo this week, man? Yep. Or all season for that matter. Mm-hmm. I mean, he dropped a flat-out touchdown. I don't care how hard that ball was thrown.
Yep.
You got to catch the ball, man. Another drop, a huge drop on a 15-yard completion. And, you know, we go back to you. If you want to be really demoralized as a Titans fan, go look at the last, 3 years of draft picks. Not this rookie class, but the last 3 years before that.
Good. Yeah.
And see – yeah, the rookies are playing well. But see how much development is taking place, man. We needed these second-year guys to take the next step, these third-year guys, and there is nobody moving, man. And to see Traylon being hurt and to see Chig not stepping up, and Kyle Phillips is out there finally making plays, but, man, these people, these guys got to step up around Will to help him in his progression. I mean, you feel for Derrick Henry too, man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm ranting on this too, and you guys have heard me. I've got to sit down with Tim Kelly at some point and have a little brown water and say, why are we running every time out of these tight splits, dude? Mm-hmm. It is just awful. I think Derrick had 10 runs of 0 or negative yards in this game. How are you supposed to stay up in front of the chains when you are when you have that many negative plays in the run game, dude? This guy is supposed to be one of the best in the league, and still is. He's still top 5, I think, in yards rushing, and he has so many negative plays. And I just can't. It's hard to watch our offense right now.
Yep.
But I can see a scenario where our defense can still take over games, get after people, start licking their chops, hopefully get after it. And I mean, you know, anything can happen. We have 5 games down the stretch against the AFC South teams, fellas. So, you know, it's not all
That's
negative, but
true.
We need to say some stuff. We need to see some stuff this weekend.
Mark got a lot of moving parts in this entire show. Let's get to the blood in the water pick and do it quickly if we can. How's that?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, let's go. Yeah, tough Ole Miss pick over Georgia. That didn't go well.
Oh, so terrible, dude. But here's the deal. You guys know I'm a homer. You guys know I'm a homer, and I'm taking that with me again this week. The Sharks are hunting in the Clark Fork River, baby. Missoula, Montana Grizzlies versus the Montana State Bobcats, a rivalry that started in 1897. Washington Grizzlies Stadium. We're at home, and you know what they did to us? They gave us 3 points. Well, guess what? We don't want them, boys. Montana Grizzlies for the Big Sky Conference Championship, for the rivalry game, and for home field advantage in the playoffs. Let's go, Grizz. Up with Montana, boys, baby. You know what time it is.
Yeah, let's go get it.
I love it. Big boat. This is the big one for Mark. Hey, Mark, drink some brown water for us, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, boys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Go, Grizz. Let's go.
There you go. There's Marc Mariani. Talking Titans and Jags. We'll spend a lot of time on that game, obviously, today. Now let's talk some college football. Our guy Danny Kanell jumping in. And, Danny, Dawn is not here. Imagine that.
Oh, man. I don't come on here without Dawn, so we got issues. And I wanted to actually get her thoughts on the whole Carissa Thompson scandal that has taken place. So you guys, I'm sure, are aware of this with these sideline reporters that are very upset. Was she livid?
She was pretty fired up about that.
On that one,
she takes her job very, very seriously. So that was not a good story for her to read.
I agree. I've worked with some of the best in the business. I think Dawn is the best in the business. I think the outrage has probably peaked, or at least I hope it has. And I'm not defending what Carissa Thompson did, but it's not like she lied about an injury, or she made up a report about an injury. She made up a report about what a coach was most likely going to tell her. The other thing I would say about the outrage is it's just football we're covering. It's not like we're handling state secrets. So, let's just dial back the outrage a little bit. And I get it and this is not a knock against sideline reporters. Again, I have a ton that I've worked with that I call friends. I don't know if Don will anymore. But, I think we can dial it back. There feels like the mob is coming for Carissa. She's a friend of mine as well. I think she's incredibly talented. I get it. I think she probably regrets what she said. She regrets what she did. And then we can just all, move along with our lives, right? I think that should be okay.
Oh, well, that's what will happen. I mean, news cycles these days, man. It
that's how it works.
How big the story is. Exactly. Check out Bet Online for updated college football playoff conference, Heisman, and college football Week 12 lines. Let's go ahead and jump in, Danny, with Georgia and Tennessee. Tennessee looked like hot garbage last week. Georgia looked awesome against Ole Miss. What do you think about this game in Knoxville?
Well, I'll tell you what about this game, because I think this game is one of those ones that looks almost too easy, right? I mean, you mentioned it. I mean, Tennessee looked awful. It's the lowest point total that Josh Heupel's put out in his time anywhere as a head coach, even going back to UCF. It was embarrassing. They couldn't get off the field. Mizzou held it for 40 minutes. And then on the flip side, you had Georgia, who looked like they're ready to three-peat. They're ready to roll. So everything should tell you to just take Georgia. Here's why I kind of like now. This is not like this. Yeah, but there is a big but. So if you go back to Kirby Smart, when Kirby Smart came back from Auburn, remember Auburn had him in a second half game. It was fourth quarter, and that's when Carson Beck hit Brock Bowers for like 100 yards in the second half, and they came back. Kirby Smart said something after that game. He said, it is really hard to win on the road in the SEC. Guess what Georgia hasn't done much this year? They haven't gone on the road really since that game. I know Vanderbilt was there, but let's just be honest about Vanderbilt, right? And even Vanderbilt kind of played them pretty tough, and that was the game they lost, or, lost Brock Bowers. But I think Tennessee, if they can run the ball somewhat with Jalen Wright, which I know they struggled, but I think Georgia, they struggle with the run against Auburn. And if they can get Carson Beck rattled, which I think you need everybody and their brother screaming from their top of their lungs at Neyland Stadium, I think, and they've got a really good pass rush, if they can get to him, I think they could rattle him potentially early and keep it close. So I kind of like the home dog here and the 10.5 points. It's one of those ones where it's very much a contrarian play, where if it was that easy, we'd all be millionaires if we could just lay them with Georgia. I'm going to go ahead and take the other side and take Tennessee as the home dog.
The real smoky dog. Ain't no little ugly with the little short legs, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Danny. That's what I'm talking about. Now, give me what you guys got going on, man. In Florida State right now, it's kind of cruising to the end of the regular season, gearing up for the playoffs, or is it, with that little game at the end, the little rivalry game, is it something to overlook, or these guys focus at Florida State?
I'm not going to lie to you. So Florida State has North Alabama. So, there's a lot of rumors that Florida State is going to the SEC. They're just trying to fit in early with a cupcake this week. I mean, that's what every SEC program does. So they're just trying to get in early. And then they have the road game in Gainesville against the Gators. I'll be really curious to see what that line is. I'm not going to lie. It kind of scares me. I mean, rivalry games, Florida would love nothing more than to play the role of spoiler. I think it all depends on the start. Like, if you keep the crowd into it, if you keep those, the players into it, thinking they could possibly pull off the upset, that could be a fourth quarter game. Last year, Florida gave Florida State all they could handle. Florida State pulled away late. But I do think Florida State will be fine. They'll be heavily favored in the ACC championship game. So I do think Florida State's going to be in the playoff. And they don't have a margin for error. If they lose, they're out. But I do think Florida State will be in the playoff this year.
What do you think that line will be at Florida? Does it get through the key number of like 7.5, maybe something in there?
Yeah, I bet it's like 7 and a hook. I'd be surprised if it's 9.5, 10. But I mean, I think it's more about the talent on the field, where Florida really feels like they've just been underwhelming and underperforming all year long. They still have pretty talented players, so I think it'll probably be like that 7 and a hook.
That's actually what when you were talking about that game, I was trying to decide in my head 9.5 or 7.5. So. There we go.
Yeah. We'll have to see what it is. It definitely scares me, though, because, at that point, like Florida State, if you're a Florida State fan, trust me, I have a bunch of friends. They're, like, planning their trips to go to either the Rose Bowl or Sugar Bowl. Like, they're planning trips to the playoffs. And I'm like – and I'm sure Mike Norvell, the head coach of Florida State, is all over the players, and they seem extremely focused. But you cannot let your guard down for 1 second, because now they got that bullseye on their back. They're going to get everybody's best shot.
Right. And for those that don't know, you played at Florida State, so you know all about that Florida State at Florida thing. Washington at Oregon State. Interesting matchup here. Washington, a short favorite when this line opened. Now Oregon State minus the 2. What do you think about that?
I actually like Oregon State. I'm laying them with the Beavers. Jonathan Smith, their head coach, he's also been rumored to potentially – I know he played quarterback there and he played at Oregon State, but he's been rumored potentially to go to Michigan State. I mean, he's kind of looking maybe he's going to get some offers. He's done a phenomenal job, and he is a beast at home. Corvallis, like if you're like an SEC fan and you're like, about the atmospheres, no one really comes close to Neyland or Auburn or LSU. But Corvallis is one of those places that flies under the radar that is very tricky to play in. It'll be a tough environment, and I think the matchup to watch Oregon State, quietly, they're 5th in the country in sacks. They got 36 sacks on the season. Meanwhile, Washington, they've only given up 7 sacks. So Michael Penix has been well protected. Yes. I think that could change somewhat. And I think Oregon State will run the football against a very suspect Washington defense. That, to me, is the downfall of Washington. It has nothing to do with their offense. They can get in shootouts and beat most people, but they got to get off the field. I could see a similar game. I know Tennessee fans don't want to hear me mention that loss again. But remember, Tennessee could not get on the field. Mizzou held the ball for 40 minutes. I think you could see a similar game with Oregon State controlling the time of possession and Washington's offense not really getting much of a chance to do much.
I'm glad you hit that, Danny, because I was going to ask, man, is it something with Michael Penix Jr. that you don't think will come through, but it's more about who Oregon State is at home, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's all about that because I really like Penix. I mean, and if he does win this game, I think he's second behind Bo Nix. It does feel like potentially the Heisman Trophy winner could come from the quarterback that outplays the other one in the Pac-12 championship if we do indeed get that rematch of Oregon versus Washington. That game was so much fun. It was phenomenal. I kind of like Oregon to get the best of Washington in a rematch. So wouldn't that be wild? What a career ride it would be for Bo Nix going from Auburn, where it was quite bumpy, to now potentially winning the Heisman Trophy at Oregon. It would be an incredible story.
A quick one, because I know you got to go, Danny, but one from left field, a bone from left field on this one. Can Leopold get something done with Kansas State coming into Kansas and, put a little bit more icing on the cake for a season?
I wish he could because I like him so much, but, man, because he's been going against all the odds all season long. Yes. They lost their quarterback, Jalen Daniels, for the season. He's coming back, though. I thought was huge news for Kansas. And then they're playing their backup, Jason Bean, who got banged up last week. There's still some questions around whether he'll play. It's not really an indictment on Kansas where they are. It's more of where Kansas State is. Yes. I think Kansas State goes on the road and covers in the Sunflower Showdown. They're playing really good. Their quarterback, Will Howard, has 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's played much cleaner the last month of the season. I think Kansas State is still a team to watch out for in the Big 12. So I think they roll through Kansas this weekend.
I like that as well. Yeah. Danny Kanell, always enjoy having you on, man. Hey, thanks for hopping on. Have a great weekend, brother.
You guys are awesome, man. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game.
Just means more, too, Danny.
It might for Florida State pretty soon, too. We'll see.
Oh, man.
Check out Bet Online for updated college football playoff conference, Heisman and college football week 12 lines, and we will talk more about Bet Online. You can get them betonline.net a little bit later because they've got some fun stuff regarding Taylor Swift that we'll hit you with when we come back, as a matter of fact. 615-737-1045 if you want in. That's 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Broadcasted live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. This is 3HL.
What's happening, everybody? Hello, everyone. What is going on? It's Big Slay, man. KellumStemCellInstitute.com is who I'm telling you about. You got to get up with them and give them a call right now. Get you a consultation lined up with Dr. Kellum himself, 615-850-4415. Your body, your cells, your solution. Got a little congestive heart failure, lung issues, whatever it may be, even from asthma to arthritis. Yeah, I'm talking about your stem cells being able to handle all of this. Why wouldn't you want to depend on this? You got any questions that you need answered? You should ask Dr. Kellum. I'm telling you, he'll come in there and sit down with you, leave back out, come back again, and tell you come up with another list because he's going to answer everything thoroughly, and I promise you walk away with a different understanding of just what stem cells do. And when you have people that you know with sports injuries, autism, Lou Gehrig disease, Lyme disease, whatever it may be, this helps all of that. So hustle on over, hit them up, KellumStemCellInstitute.com, 615-850-4415.
Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. You guys know I love them. Hey, Hadley, Baby Babs, do you love your Pella windows?
Windows.
Good girl. See, she's all in. She can actually see out of them, and they're easy to clean after she puts her little grubby hands all over them. So if you need replacement windows, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville is where you need to go. Pella voted #1 by Nashville homeowners as the leading window brand in Nashville. That's based on a 2022 survey of leading brands among homeowners. And I can attest that that is the case. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. They got a deal going on right now, too. If you need replacement windows, they're not as expensive as you think. They are much more affordable than you would think. 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Tell them Dawn sent you. Schedule a free consultation online and check out that special they got going on. PellaNashville.com.
Life is busy. We could all use some extra time in our day, which is exactly why Two Rivers Ford offers mobile service. We'll bring the service to your driveway at no additional charge. Oil changes, brakes, batteries, the certified technicians at Two Rivers will perform basic maintenance on your vehicle wherever you are, so you'll have more time for moments like this. Schedule your mobile service appointment by scanning the QR code or calling Two Rivers Ford today.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Rod Slay with you. Don Davenport in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, in advance of Alabama and Chattanooga.
Tuscaloosa.
And We are broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina, and we always like being on the water.
That's right, you are. Love the water, even when it's raining.
It's not raining.
Stop. I heard some little thunder, too. I guess that moved on.
No, dude, it's fine. People can come out and have a good time.
No, I ain't telling them don't come out. Yeah, hell yeah, you come out. I don't care if it's rain, hail, sleet, or snow. You come out. I'm just saying of the water. I like the water.
Titans at Jaguars. Jaguars a 7-point favorite in this game. Titans lead the series 33-23. Titans are 0-6 away from Nissan Stadium. Jacksonville 1-3 at home. Jags looking for their first 3-game win streak versus the Titans since 2005 and 6. As I mentioned earlier, the Titans have won 9 out of 12, though. Titans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins has gone over 60 receiving yards in 2 of his last 3 games, all of those Will Levis games. Levis targeted him 9 times last week in Tampa, but they only connected on 3 passes for 27 yards. That is a key in this matchup.
Yeah.
Levis has to find DeAndre Hopkins.
He has to, man. And you got to – I think the funny thing about it, man, it always comes back to the line. You got to give him a second to throw the ball. And I think he will get an opportunity to find DeAndre Hopkins. This is a guy, man, that you saw come on. I think they got a different chemistry. You see him talking all the time on the sidelines, the clips from practice. So they're developing a relationship that I don't think will only be good for this year, but I think it's going to help for next year. I think D-Hop is a guy you bring back for sure and make sure that Will Levis has a security blanket in him and he looks more comfortable with him. So if he can deliver, give him a second, I think things will be fine.
Another key for the Titans, the Jags offensive line is struggling. We've talked about this. They've given up 8 sacks in the last 2 games. Cam Big Jeff, Danico Autry, Harold Landry, and Arden Key. Arden Key, by the way, playing his old team.
And at some point, Arden Key, we need you.
That guy should look like he's running around with his hair on fire.
Yeah, this it. I want to go back. I'm going to have to go back and look and see what's the separator in him and Bud Dupree. Besides Bud being injured, you know what I'm saying, and not being on the field. But when they're both on the field, production-wise, was there a difference? I need to see that because that was the big talk coming in. You got Arden Key now. He's going to be available. He's going to wreak havoc. It's time to see it.
Keith Bulluck coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll visit with him about the Titans-Jags game and much more with KB. This from betonline.ag. What will be said first on ESPN commentary? Taylor Swift, tush push, brotherly shove.
Most definitely Taylor Swift.
She is the odds-on favorite at 1-5. Who will Taylor Swift be sitting next to? The choices are Bradley Cooper, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, Patrick Mahomes Sr., Brittany Mahomes, Jackson Mahomes, Ed Kelsey, Scott Kingsley, Andrea Swift, or Donna Kelsey.
Oh, no. It's going to be Pat Mahomes' wife.
Brittany?
But she ain't moving out of the picture. And the game's in Kansas City.
Remember when she wasn't involved in Taylor Swift's suite that time? And I said, watch that become a thing.
Now they have a
Very
5.
next week, Brittany was in there.
And they have a 5, a special 5. And they have an extended version of the 5. So it was the boom, the little patty cake 2-hand, high five together, and then roll them up, drop them in the pan or whatever. Now they do a spin, chest bump. Hey, boy, they go in, boy, it's wild.
The favorite is Donna Kelsey, Travis Kelsey's mama.
Really?
Yeah. They're headed toward marriage, man. Hanging out with mom all the time.
I saw them on the little tour.
Total Taylor Swift shots on ESPN. 1-2, 3-4, 4 or more.
4 or more?
Yeah, that's the favorite. Total number of Donna Kelsey shots. 1-2, 3-4, 4 or more.
2.
Yeah, 1-2 is the favorite there.
I'm a gambler.
Keith Bulluck coming up next. We'll break down Titans Jags next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. Saw Jason the other day. He and his crew are ready to help you out, and it's an easy location for you to get in and out of over there in the public shopping center in Maryland. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix, and right there off Old Hickory Boulevard. Check them out online. All of their information is there. MarylandFarmsWS.com. These guys have been around, man, doing it and doing it for their clientele, and they'd love to meet you. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, locally owned, serving Brentwood and Middle Tennessee for more than 18 years. It is gift-giving season. It is also get-together season, so don't show up empty-handed. The guys at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits have customized baskets from which you can choose, and you can just grab and go. With wines, spirits, local olives, chocolates, it is the perfect host or hostess gift or that last-minute gift-giving idea as well. From their cellar to yours, they have a vast selection of high-end wines from Opus to Chateau Margaux, and a wine expert that keeps their selections fresh and exciting. Specials every Wednesday, Senior Day. Make sure you take note of that for special discounts. Every day they honor the military discount, case discounts every day as well. Want something not of the liquor or wine selection? Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits also has a selection of CBD products for you to enjoy as well. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. That's Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, man. Brentwood Jewelry. That's what I need to go to, man. I promise you, this year for Christmas, I'm getting me a watch. If I got to get it myself. And I'm going to go right over to Brentwood Jewelry at 7012 Church Street East. They're located in the heart of Brentwood, yes, and just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every single day for over 50 years. Why wouldn't you want to? You got engagements coming up. You're planning for Christmas that way. You got watches you want to get. If you got a repair that needs to be done, well, you need to get on in there. They do necklace repairs, earring duplicates, watch maintenance, whatever it is that you can think of. You got a fine watch that needs repairing, go see Sandy, the watchmaker at Brentwood Jewelry. Always right there on deck to let you know exactly what's going on. And if you can't get over there, they're a click away always. BrentwoodJewelry.com. Open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You may even venture off in there and see me, just, gazing at a couple things, making my wish list. You make your wish list, BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Good afternoon from the Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. I'm Joe Hunk. The final injury report is out, and Traylon Burks, as well as Andre Dillard and SMB are all also out. Now, questionable for the game for the Titans on Sunday, Daniel Brunskill as well as Luke Gifford. Now, for the Jags, Trevor Lawrence just kind of casually popped up on the injury report yesterday. He was a full participant, and he is good to go. But for the Jags, Jamal Agnew, their punt and kickoff returner, is going to be out, as is Tyson Campbell. And speaking of out, Joe Burrow is done for the season with a wrist injury. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Got Ron Slay here at Cedar Creek Marina. He's here. Hey,
I'm in the building.
Baby.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Let's go, baby.
Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Cedar Creek Marina. That's where we are. We will be here until 6 o'clock. We'd love to see you out here. Come out and fill out your pick sheet. You can beat me and Slay. Not together. Individually, maybe.
I mean, hey.
We had 6 last week. The winner had 6.
Yeah, we won.
Hayden Alexander had 6 right. Yeah,
Good job,
push.
Hayden.
Good job, Hayden. You can win Scoreboard prize pack that includes $250 in prizes by getting this correct. So having a good time talking about football for sure over the course of the next couple hours. Keith Bulluck joins us now, KBull53 on Twitter. Keith, what's up? How are you?
Bully.
I'm chilling, man. Nice Friday evening. Friday's winding down. Looking forward to the weekend.
Wind down Fridays, man. You had a cool little weekend last weekend, didn't you, man? I saw you with your Syracuse folks. Was that right?
Yeah, man. Went up there. Syracuse was playing Pitt. My brother owns the bar across the street from Yankee Stadium. So, honestly, that's the only reason I was up there. I wasn't, like, show my brothers some support, catch up with some of the guys I play with. So, it turned into a good weekend. Syracuse won. We all realized that we can't drink the way we used to when we was back on campus. So everybody got home safe, and it was all good.
There's a little Syracuse-Tennessee matchup coming up on Monday.
It is, baby.
In the basketball side of things.
Yeah, bully.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you what, man. I've been playing closer attention to Vols basketball the last couple of years in Syracuse. Syracuse don't really give me much to root for, but I'll tell you what, with Adrian Autry, Jerry McNamara, Alan Griffin, I know it's going to be a different Syracuse basketball team than we've been seeing over the last 30, 40 years with Jim Boeheim. So I'm really looking forward to see what style they're going to play. I mean, come on, we can't be doing the 2-3.
That's right, still.
Yeah, I mean, if we are, let it be new and improved. Show me something I haven't seen before. So I kind of let the basketball team do their thing. I don't get in their kitchen too much.
Right.
But we gonna see. I know Tennessee. I know the Vols are tough. So if anything, it's a great matchup just to see where Syracuse measures up. But I don't really have any expectations of a Syracuse upset, to be honest.
Oh, we appreciate that. You can always ride with us.
I was hoping that Bully would have some trash talk for you.
I'm not familiar enough. So now if we see y'all in the tournament, if this Syracuse team makes the tournament and we play UT, I'm not going to be as humble, but I don't know enough right now. Y'all know how I get down.
Yeah, he do got a dog, though, from Oak Hill, man. Young fella, Judah Mintz, man. He can play. So,
I see. They've had 3 games. They've had 3 games. They just came back. They was down 24 to Colgate.
Yep.
And they came back and won. So that shows that they got fight. But, they're still putting it together.
Yep. No doubt.
Before we get into Titans Jags, I saw an interesting story. I want to get y'all's take on this. Carolina Panthers, I read today, practiced this week with silent counts. Okay, that's not the story. The story is they're playing at home. this week against the Cowboys. So they're so afraid that Dallas fans are going to infiltrate Carolina that they've got to go silent count at home.
Well, that's crazy. Also, I looked at it another way. Their pass rush may be so relentless, and not CJ Stroud, but who's the other
Bryce
young boy?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young been probably getting his helmet twisted the other way. And they got Micah Parsons and those cats coming to town, so they probably might be trying to, to slow down their pass rush maybe for the first couple series with that silent count. But it ain't gonna last too long.
Silent count at home. That's what's up. I'm glad you put in those terms, Bullock, because I might have had something to say to Carolina about that, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
The only other matchup, I'll watch any and every NFL game, but the premier matchup obviously is the Monday night game. Philadelphia and Kansas City and I read today that this is the first time we have a Super Bowl rematch where both teams this late in the year are first in their conference. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. Kansas City, a 3-point favorite at home. What do you think about it?
I like Philadelphia, man. Last year in the Super Bowl, they was on their way. I don't like the PI call at the end, but obviously, Jalen Hurts had a fumble that led to a touchdown. So, you got a couple calls within that game that it could have changed whoever the champion was. But I like the way Philly's playing. I think Kansas City's playing solid, but they squeaking by a lot. They got Travis Kelce and the running back, what's his name? Pacho?
Slade did this the other night, too.
Yep.
I couldn't help it.
Yep.
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know, the young fella.
So they got those two cats. But other than that, man, I don't necessarily know when it gets to crunch time who Mahomes can depend on. But, shoot, they 7-2 or whatever they are now, so they sitting pretty.
Yeah. So you got your the Titans, man. Tell me. I remember you talking about taking a break. Y'all going down to Miami. Coming back, going on a winning streak and getting things back on track. At this point, though, you passed the bye now. Like, how do you gather up the troops, man? And in my opinion, I honestly think it is as simple as paying attention to very close details and getting back to the groundwork of it. But what's your opinion on how you gather the troops and get them to keep fighting week in and week out when you keep on losing the way the Titans do?
Well, yeah, look, if there was any time maybe for like a team meeting or something like that, however that works, this would be one of those times. What are they, 3-6? They're just down.
Yeah.
They're down in the win column. You know what I'm saying?
Way down, yeah.
Right. So, look, Big Jeff knows he's going to be there. There's like a handful of people that know that they're going to be there next year. So now it's like, you're playing for your job. You're playing for, obviously wins, but what does it mean to you individually to come together collectively as a team? So this is when I start issuing those personal challenges. Obviously, I would have to make sure my game is on point. But yeah, it's time. What they say, you could say this on nut cutting time. Like the guys that want to do it, y'all need to step up. If you don't want to do it, then get out the way, and that's how we're gonna treat you. And I kind of heard a little bit of that kind of talk in interviews maybe over the last few weeks, such as like, I don't know who wants to be out there, or the guys that want to be out there, we want them out there. So it's one of those things, man. Whoever wants to be out there, you need to get out there and fight. And the dogs, if there are still any left, and I'm being facetious because I know there are, but they got to come out every weekend and start to create the fabric of this team, whatever it's going to be, because you say what they want to say. This is a rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Your number one wide receiver, obviously, is DeAndre Hopkins, but it's supposed to be Traylon Burks. Right. And I ain't seen him since he banged his head on the ground, and I hope he's okay, but come on, my guy. Like, we waiting. It would help a young Will Levis. So right now, they need anybody and everybody that's really about it, that's really about the two-tone blue, that really cares about the product that gets put on the field. And it's not about wins and losses. It's about going out there and fighting and, playing with pride, and I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying that that's what has to be done and has to continue to be done to at least, I don't want to say it's not even saving face. Just finish the season strong, giving the coaching staff and the front office something to look at and go off of to build on.
I was telling Yorl and them that on Monday when we were talking about the game coming off the weekend. If you watch the interviews after the game with Big Jeff and guys like that, like they was chuckling and laughing a little bit in the interview, and I'm like, dog, he was laughing like to keep from crying, because that hurts so much when you invest so much, dog. And I know I'm not sure if a lot of listeners know, but like when you're in that locker room, man, and you get to that pro level, it's different when you go off and you just you know what I mean, you ranting and raving in the locker room, telling people, holding people accountable. At some point, it's a gray area because it's a business, and why would I have to get you motivated to go get paid and win?
Exactly.
But at the same time, I'm the leader of this group. I told y'all and Babsy I would have went to Rand and Vrabel and went on and gave him a blank check, man, because I'm about to lose it in this locker room. Y'all going to write down what my fine is because I'm going off. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is.
Nah, absolutely, especially if you're a leader. And the way I am, I guess, you got to be a little off because I'll put my hands on some. I'll fight. I'm going to challenge you on the field, but, like, if we can't get it, hey, buddy, what's up, man? Like, because you're kind of messing it up for everybody else. I don't have time for that. Basically, it's what you said. That's our job. Like, if you, like – it's like if you came to your everyday job and you keep telling the producer, we need it like this, we need it like this, we need it like this, and you keep doing it like that, like, come on, man, you messing up everything that's going on. You get up out of here or get right. And it's the same thing with sports, but everybody in that locker room is alphas. And look, not everybody could be the top dog. Not everybody could, so those people that aren't about it are going to get sniffed out. And look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Keith Bulluck at KBull53. More with Bully when we come back. More Titans Jags talk. 3HL, Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Happy Friday. This is Cedar Creek Marina. We'd love to see you. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. Going to give away Tennessee Vanderbilt tickets, so come by and register to win those. We'll do that in the last segment of the show. More 3HL next with Bully on 104.5 The Zone. Does your home need a freshen up? Getting ready to put it on the market? Have rental homes that need some love? Buddy Allen Carpet One is your local source for everything flooring, hardwoods, carpet, tile, laminates, waterproof flooring, and more. They make it easy to get the floors you've always wanted without breaking the bank. Right now, with credit approval, you can receive zero interest financing for 12, 18, or 36 months on carpet, luxury flooring, and hardwood. Visit BuddyAllenCarpet1.com for details or just stop by the store in Donaldson. 2405 Lebanon Pike in Donaldson, 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
All right, organizing your closets, taking back over your office space, maybe your garage, doesn't matter. Artisan Custom Closets has you covered and can help you do all of it. You want to go check them out on their website, ARTISAN, customclosets.com. And let's say you do want that breathtaking dream closet you've always dreamed of, or maybe you want to buy it for your significant other for the upcoming holidays. Now's a perfect time to do it. You can get a free in-home consultation today with Artisan Custom Closets, and they'll come in, do a free design appointment, put it all into a 3D plan, send it to you, work with your budget so you can take away, add whatever you really love, and they can make it perfect for you. That's why they call it custom. ArtisanCustomClosets.com. If you tell them Dawn sent you, give them a call. They will give you 10% off whatever your project is, whether it's your garage or your home office or your laundry room. And they also have payment options as well. 615-800-2199 is the number. 800-2199. Go say goodbye to your clutter. Get a free in-home consultation today. That's ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Life is busy. We could all use some extra time in our day, which is exactly why Two Rivers Ford offers mobile service. We'll bring the service to your driveway at no additional charge. Oil changes, brakes, batteries, the certified technicians at Two Rivers will perform basic maintenance on your vehicle wherever you are, so you'll have more time for moments like this. Schedule your mobile service appointment by scanning the QR code or calling Two Rivers Ford today.
So this is a small bird, too, for
That's
someone
right.
that's never seen a
Yeah.
bobwhite before. It's this little round softball.
That's right. Yeah, they're not much bigger than my fist. They've got little legs, but they're a ground nesting, ground dwelling bird. If they never have to fly in their life, they wouldn't. Right? They just do that to get away from hawks and owls for the most part, or hunters. What they need is largely herbaceous plant communities. Right? So they need wildflowers. They need a small proportion of grasses. I don't need vast grasslands, right? I need stuff that most people would call weeds. Those are providing good brood cover, good nesting cover, a lot of insects, right? That's what chicks need to develop early.
Bridgestone Firestone is a quail focus
It
or
is.
focal area. So tell us a little bit why.
Yeah, it's largely because there are very few places that have wild quail in the state of Tennessee anymore. And there's dozens of different factors that lead into that, right? Everybody wants to jump right to predators, but it's a habitat issue, right? It's a landscape change, whether we're talking about development or whether we're talking about fire not being on the landscape anymore, or fields and young forests progressing into closed canopy forest, right? So the farm, just by nature of it being an open landscape that's been maintained that way, has held on to some birds. And compared to most other places in the state, we're one of the very few. On top of that, the potential for growing that population, it's higher here than just about anywhere else.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina in Mount Juliet. We'd love to see you out here. We'll be here until 6 o'clock, and we're having a great time. You will, too. And we're giving away Tennessee Vandy tickets. You want to come out here. Also, you can pick against me and Slay. Georgia at Tennessee, Utah at Arizona, Washington at Oregon State, and North Carolina at Clemson, Eagles at Chiefs, Steelers at Browns, Titans at Jaguars. All that coming up this weekend. You can make your picks accordingly. We combined for 6 wins last week.
We combined for some good food right now. Bully, you missing this.
Yeah, nah.
They
Yeah,
just delivered it, Bully.
that one in. They just delivered it, but you ordered it in the first segment, though.
What kind of wings did you get?
I got Caribbean jerk this time. Man.
Caribbean jerk. He's into Caribbean jerk now, Bully.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that kind. I got to come back at least 2 more times for the Caribbean jerk and the catfish. I had the pizza last time. The pizza was smacking.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to let you know how this one is.
I just told a guy the pizza's on fire.
Now, the pizza's serious.
You guys were talking about accountability in the locker room.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about team sports. Like one of the beautiful things about team sports is doing it together, right? Like accomplishing goals together, winning together, and all those things. But I also, as y'all were talking about it, I can't even imagine the frustration level involved when you're giving it everything you have and and you see guys on the same team not doing that. That's got to be one of the more frustrating things about sports, right?
Yeah, well, for me, it's absolutely frustrating because, look, everyone plays a role. And, not everyone is the best player on the team. You learn that as you go through the ranks, Little League, high school, college. But you find your role and how you're going to help this team win or be successful. And when guys are given a role by the coach and, they might be talented, but they don't step up to the plate,
right.
Man, I'd rather be out there with somebody less talented with more heart and cares more. And, in team sports, unfortunately, you come across guys like that often. You'll be surprised that, they had all the talent, probably was the best athlete forever. And then you just get to a level and you just don't want it no more, or you lose your confidence, or, whatever it is. But like I said in the last segment, do that on your own time. Don't do that on my team.
Right.
Not my time.
That's the thing, Bully. And I speaking personally, that was my thing of always being able to talk trash and being outspoken on a team. And the reason I was able to do that is because what Bully said at first. I'm gonna make sure I'm on top of my stuff. I was never gonna be able to walk into a locker room, a film session, whatever it is, and be like, oh man, I gotta be quiet, man, because I know I didn't do no, I'm on top of mine. If I make a mistake, that's cool. But, my effort and energy was always there, and I did my homework. So when I call you out, you going to know. You know what I'm saying? And I dare you to say something back.
Everybody
because I'm on mine.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then what makes it easy, how I put it even into more perspective, because I played basketball at a high level to the high school rank, but on the AAU team, I'm the sixth guy. I'm the sixth man. Sometimes I would start, so I had a role on that team because guys were better than me. And I had to, play my role. And there was games where, I wasn't up to snuff. They're going to let you know. You know what I'm saying? So in sports, basketball, football, and team sports, period, there's a level of accountability, and the big dogs are going to hold you accountable. And I'm not going to lie. Maybe when I was 26, 27, at some point in my professional career, I definitely said I wish I played tennis or golf or something like that. I can control my own fate. You feel me?
Yep, absolutely. So you going down there in Jacksonville, when you're talking about the team, is it you still have something to look forward to because of so many AFC South divisional opponents? You know what I'm saying? If you're looking to dangle that carrot in front of the team, is that kind of like the main key? You know what I mean? Outside of, your manhood, go out there and win, show people you got pride and, character and all that. But is that something to look forward to, man, for this Titans team?
for me, if I'm on this Titans team, I don't believe this Jacksonville team is better than us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't. There's no way I could feel that way. Okay, they went on their little run last year. We met. I'm looking at that like we messed that up. If I'm Derrick Henry, I know I own these cats. I might get with the O-line. Had gotten with the O-line this week and be like, look, this is what we did to these guys in the past. Because at the end of the day, it starts on Tuesday, Wednesday. You got to go into that game plan, practice field, meeting room with that mentality. I remember we're going to go play Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew. Our first defensive, play at practice is like, look, bro, we about to set the tone. These cats ain't getting no yards this week. You know what I mean? And that's a tough task. But that's the mentality, like you're speaking about, that we're going into the game with. So if I'm on this Titans team, I'm thinking like, look, man, these are our sons. We're going to treat them like we used to. We're going to get back on track. Then we're coming back home. We got Carolina. Obviously, you don't look to the next week. But these are two winnable games. Tampa was kind of winnable, and I'm sure Coach Vrabel spoke to that. He also spoke towards the lack of effort that he felt his team put forth. So I think this is a winnable game, man. This is an opportunity for them to be like, okay, cool, let's come back out and show them who we really are. If that's the case.
Right, because you mentioned it. This is an opportunity, and I'm curious, like with all the losing, like what could a win do, especially with Carolina coming up, and then you have an opportunity if you can get this one to maybe stack some wins and completely change the mindset, right?
Yeah, I mean, a win here is huge because it's a divisional game. You can look at Tampa like, okay, that's the NFC. It don't really matter. Okay, we're learning from that game. But this game is huge, especially the way Jacksonville pretty much just took the conference last year. So It's one of those things you can come back and start rectifying this year and start a different monologue with the win at Jacksonville, because then you come back home to Carolina. Now you got the fans, back feeling good, thinking good. Okay, they're coming back home with the win. Carolina's another winnable game. And like you said, you just string them together, man. The NFL is shown to be a week-to-week league for, I would say, 28 other teams, except for the top four. And even the 49ers lost 3 in a row, and then they went down there and smacked Jacksonville last weekend. So that's why the Titans are going to get the best version of the Jacksonville Jaguars this weekend.
Absolutely. Now we've harped on the offensive line, and rightfully so, all year long, and still a topic of discussion. But I want to switch to defense, man. What's the mentality when you switch talking about the defense? Takeaways. Like, to me, 2 years ago, it became a focus, and I thought they were really locked in. You started to see takeaways. Even if they gave up a lot of yards, it was like, man, they getting their red zone. This is supposed to be a pick. They were getting picked, sacks, strip fumbles, all kind of strip sacks. All kind of stuff. What is it about takeaways? Is that just a knack? Is it practicing? Is it the scheme? Is it a mentality? Like, how do you increase your takeaways, Bully?
It's all the above, man. Because when I think about it, obviously you have to play your position within the scheme. But I'm always trying to scheme up how to get interceptions, how to get my hands on the ball, when I can make play. I know on 3rd and 10 or 3rd and short, I know the plays that they want to run. So I know the plays that I could be effective on. I don't know how everybody watches film, but that's definitely the way you go about it. You got to be prepared and understand the situation. You got to have situational awareness. I haven't used that one.
You've been saying that. Yeah. Still reigns true. Still talking about it.
But yeah, I think that, and then obviously opportunistic. The strips, causing the fumbles, just flying around, getting to the ball. It's definitely a mentality. You've seen teams do it that have been successful at it. I think a lot of it is taught as well. So it's a mentality and preparation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Jacksonville, their offensive line is struggling. They've given up 8 sacks, Bully, in the last 2 games. So an opportunity for Big Jeff, Danico Autry, Harold Landry, and then Arden Key getting to go back against his old team. He should be fired up too.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's healthy. I remember when he got here, he couldn't believe they let him go. So bring the noise. it's a perfect opportunity to go back in there and have a big game. Most guys generally do turn up against their old teams. So, like you said, if their O-line is down, I really feel this is a winnable game for the Titans. It'd be different if they were playing like the Eagles or somebody like that. But right now, all these games are winnable if the game plan gives them a chance and the players give themselves a chance. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Tennessee-Georgia matchup in Knoxville? Tennessee got hammered last week, and Georgia's hammering everybody. And we just had a guy on, Danny Kanell, played quarterback at Florida State, and he liked Tennessee.
Danny Kanell's a hater.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, bully.
He is. In a fun way, he's a hater. But,
no, that's right.
Yeah,
but he went Tennessee plus to 10. Like, what do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, I think Danny Kanell might be punch drunk. I just think Georgia's at that point where it could be close in the beginning, but Georgia knows what they want to do, man. I don't think this is a time for it to slip now. If Tennessee had not gotten drilled that last week, that would be different. But I expect Tennessee to play tough. I don't expect them to roll over at all. But it'll be a good football game if obviously Tennessee does the things that they do well, don't turn the ball over, control the ball. Obviously, you need the quarterback to play well. But I just think Georgia is destined. I'm not going to say that they're going to win the national championship, but they're definitely they're not going to slip up. It's too late in the season for them to slip up, especially being back-to-back national champs.
You know, they're not like a sexy team. You're right. Like, they know who they are. They know what they want to do. And at some point, teams just submit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're so physical, and it's not terribly multiple what they do on offense, but they just pound you.
Yeah, so it's almost like, people are surprised about Alabama, but Alabama's putting together a decent season. They didn't start off the way they normally do, but Alabama has a way to just finesse it or Alabama it, so to speak, kind of like you're speaking about how Georgia has that way to do it now. It's nothing sexy about Alabama, and I think this is a great year for Alabama because they're not as sexy a team as they've been. They don't got like the playmakers here, names. Left, right, exactly, but they're still able to, be in the conversation. They're sneaking back in that conversation. So, I like your analogy with Georgia. They're just going to find a way, even if Tennessee plays close. I just think that, Georgia knows who they are, and it's ingrained.
They're like Jason in Friday the 13th. Like, you think you can get away from him, but you never do. And he just walks you down too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, you got to be like Buddy from Jason Takes New York. He just turned around, tried to fight him. He gave him a fight, but then Jason knocked his head off.
Yeah, he was throwing haymakers for a minute, man. He gave it his all.
Knocked his head off.
I need to go back and watch that one.
He showed it not to smooth off the building.
That might be like Georgia, Tennessee tomorrow. Tennessee going to hit them with everything they got.
I don't do that, Bully. Come on, man. Bully, don't do that to us, dog. Leave my hope alone, man. Leave my hope alone.
Hey, you going to have fun up there.
I ain't going. I'm not going this time.
Oh, no? Oh, okay.
No, yeah. I was going to go, man, but, like, this may be the last weekend I get to just chill, so.
You don't even got hope. Dang.
No, I do it.
He's got basketball responsibilities.
See how he'll flip it on me. See how Bully. Hey, boy, do something. Hey, that's cool. I missed my partner last week, man. Will we get to pick it back up on our tradition Sunday, man, for the game, or are you back out of town? What you got going this weekend, Bully?
Hey, man, I'm down in Norfolk, Virginia. Grandma turned 96 next week.
Oh, dope.
I had to come through, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, we'll be next week is a home game, but we'll get back on it. I'm around the rest of the year.
I just wanted the people to know the hold up on it wasn't me. You know,
word.
No one knew there was a hold up.
Throwing shot. I know. Now they do.
You brought it to light, and then put it on him.
That's right.
I was about to be a party the last month. So,
we going in.
We got a few more games left, so. We about to have it rocking.
Well, happy birthday to Grandma. Y'all have fun, man. And we'll check you out next week, Bully.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
All right,
brother.
Make sure you go to Just Love Coffee over there.
Gotta get some Just Love.
And,
they got and don't just think it's coffee. They got breakfast. They got a lot of omelet in there.
They got chicken salad croissant sandwiches.
I gotta fall in there for their little waffle.
They've got everything over there, and you probably see Keith Bulluck over there as well when you go.
Bulluck definitely.
Just Love over there in McEwen. At K-Bull53, 3HL 1045 The Zone. Quick note on Derrick Henry.
What?
Got to give him some love, man. In his last 4 against the Jags, 159 yards per game, 6 touchdowns. Henry needs 40 rush yards to become only the 8th player in NFL history with 9,000 yards and 80 touchdowns before turning 30.
40 yards.
40 yards to get that done. 8th player, 6 Hall of Famers.
Come on, O-line. Come on, O-line.
It's on the O-line.
It ain't on Derrick Henry. It's on the O-line.
Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Cedar Creek Marina. We are hanging out, and we're having a good time. Your chance to register to win Tennessee Vandy tickets. We're going to give away those in the last segment of the show. We'll talk Tennessee, Georgia a little bit when we come back. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What up, people? Ron Slay right here, man. Awaken180weightloss.com is the program and the company that I rode with and got the weight up off of me. Yes, you're sitting around thinking about how to lose the weight, drop the weight off, shave it off, whatever you're thinking about, cut it out. I got the source for you right now. 844-346-1800. That's the number to call and get your consultation. 844-346-1800. I had a guy walk up to me yesterday while we were at B-Dubs and asked me, man, does that thing really work? I said, yes, sir, it does. And I talked to him about my entire process, getting on the scale, being 300, and then looking back down and 45 pounds later, and was right back where I needed to be at. And in the maintenance part of the program now, where you still get free support for life, you know what I'm saying, with your coach. Coach Sam still checks in with me daily, so I'm loving it. You should love it too. It's real doable. You can make it easy, and it is realistic. It's Awaken180weightloss.com. Call now, 844-346-1800.
Looking for something to do this weekend? I've got the perfect opportunity for you to have some family fun, or just by yourself, or just with your significant other. MTSU football. Last game of the season coming up tomorrow at home, and Middle Tennessee football back in action. Again, last game this season, and what does that mean? That means the seniors are getting honored, and they would love to have as many people out there supporting these guys who have put their all in for the blue for their entire career, and they've earned this moment, and they're going to get it tomorrow. Middle Tennessee back in action for the last game this season as they honor their seniors Saturday. That's tomorrow, November 18th. The Blue Raiders hosting UTEP. The Miners are in town, and it is Senior Day. Kickoff is set for 1 o'clock inside Floyd Stadium. Come early and join in on the final game day festivities. To purchase tickets or for more information, visit goblueraiders.com/tickets. That's goblueraiders.com/tickets. MTSU hosting UTEP tomorrow. Last home game of the season. It is Senior Day. Come honor these kids. Visit goblueraiders.com/tickets. Middle Tennessee, let's go blue. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasted live at Cedar Creek Marina. It's the new Scoreboard Bar and Grill location. They still got the OG spot over there in Music Valley Drive.
We'll probably be out there soon.
It is raining a little bit out here, but that's really cool environment on the lake, man. It's so chill. You know what I mean?
Very tone setting.
So
vibe setting.
Should we do the show like this now? Like Tennessee's playing Georgia this weekend.
I think a lot of people would think, what's wrong with us?
Including me.
Yeah. No, we hype in here, baby.
Yeah, always. You can't take it.
Energy.
By the way, Danny Kanell earlier, he likes Tennessee plus the 10, Oregon State minus the 2, and Kansas State minus the 10. Georgia at Tennessee. Georgia a 10-point favorite.
Yep.
10.5 now somewhere, some places. Dolly Parton announced that she's going to be there.
Dolly.
I still don't know what this means. What does this mean? Like she's just going to be – so 101,000 people could just shoot a video and say, hey, man, join me and 100,000 of my closest friends. We'll be there.
I never really understood it. I don't know.
Is she going to sing?
I would expect at some point, her to grab a microphone, get next to Stir the Pearl, and hum out a couple tunes. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's just going to be on the field shaking hands, taking pictures.
Kissing babies.
I mean, what is I heard Coach Vitello say that we got Kansas City got Taylor Swift. We would love to have Dolly, and y'all can keep her. So we're going to roll with Dolly, man.
How did the kissing babies thing ever happen? Do people actually kiss babies?
I will.
But has anyone ever asked you to kiss my baby? Hey, man, can I get an autograph and can you please kiss my baby?
Well, that's a good question right there. Kiss the baby.
I know it's politicians, Kirby, but do you really want a politician kissing anything close to you?
As nasty as they are and grimy as they are, huh? Yeah. Kirby knows.
Grimy.
Mm-hmm.
Goes all the way back to.
What to go back to?
We're talking like horse and buggy days and like riding trains to do your campaigning and campaign stuff.
So Abraham Lincoln was kissing babies.
Yeah, shaking hands, and you shake hands, you kiss the little babies, you warm up the woman. The man follows her suit, votes for you, that kind of a thing.
There you go.
Warm up.
I wonder did he have to pull his beard back before kissing the baby?
Well, he had just a little,
he had a little. Why did I think he had a big beard? Just the hat.
That's Ulysses S. Grant.
He does have a big beard.
Does he?
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln. Yeah, Abe Lincoln did have. He had the full beard though.
He had the full beard.
Mm-hmm. A little peak on there.
All right. I didn't know we would get into an Abraham Lincoln beard size argument today. Here's what Josh Heupel had to say about Dolly being there. Anytime Dolly's hanging around, it certainly adds pressure.
See.
I mean. It's good that he still has jokes after last week.
Yeah, that lets you know where the locker room is. I do want to see what the I think going into after the South Carolina game, it was a lot of questions around the program. How would they respond? And I think this is another test, another speed bump. How does Tennessee respond? So to hear Hypo, if that's what he's gonna do, crack jokes, that's cool to know. That's where the vibe is in the locker room with Lewis.
If you end the season and you have a win over Georgia and a blowout loss over Missouri, wouldn't you take that?
You're fine. You got something to build on. You got something to build on. But a blowout loss to Georgia, I don't think that's it well.
If that happens, then I would not mind if, Joe Milton was like, hey, man, I'm ready for my NFL prep. I pulled my quad, so Nico, go ahead. And then Nico plays against Vanderbilt and plays in the bowl game, and then that's it.
I think that's I would imagine.
You could totally see that.
Yeah,
happening,
if they lost to Georgia like that, then I would expect that, honestly. Yeah.
FPI, Football Power Index, popping my P. Football Power Index gives Tennessee a 30.6% chance to win this game.
That's pretty high to me. And like that, I mean, that's hovering. That's hovering around.
We had some test grades like that back
in
high school.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would take that sometime because, you know what I mean?
When your mom would be like, hey, you need this. What are you doing with this? No, Mom. Look, man, it's really not that bad.
It ain't because you got to imagine.
There's room to grow.
Yeah, I get to bring it home, and then I get to retake it with my corrections. You can probably get it up to 60. You know what I mean? Like, that's
and then you got a real shot.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it, yo. Like, you just give me 30% chance, I'm going to take that 30, I'm going to turn it into 50.
Just by saying it.
I don't know.
Weather. Partly cloudy skies, slight chance of a shower in Knoxville tomorrow.
That helps.
High of 61 degrees.
That helps.
Which means 2:30, 3:30 Eastern. That means the temperature will be in the 50s. Cloudy. It's going to be cool up there.
Cool environment for a cool little butt whooping.
Pullover weather.
Listen, man, we accommodate. We like to accommodate people. Like, y'all know Uga don't like coming around when it's hot. You know what I mean? Uga, whatever the Uga. He don't like being out when it's hot out of his little doghouse. You know what I mean? The little legs, he ain't that high off the ground, so the heat travels right up to him. And so all that to be said, man, we like the cool temperatures for Uga to come out so he can see this butt whipping that we're going to put on Georgia.
They always get Uga and Smokey together, and they don't like each other, man.
Yeah, I hope – hey, Smokey, I'm going to tell you this right now. I hope Smokey bites you.
You think Smokey's listening right now?
Yes, that's my boy. He follow me.
He follows you on Twitter?
So, Smoke Dog, if he get close to you, bite him on his neck.
You want Smokey to bite Uga.
Man, we
on
out
that
for
neck.
blood. We out for blood. After what happened last week against the little Tigers up there in Missouri, we are out for blood. Uga, you just happen to be first on deck. You bring your little collar. Your little spiked dog collar. That'll be the only thing that help get you out of this bite. Because you don't want to bite down on spikes. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it, Vols.
Why do Bulldogs have spike collars? Like, should they not need that? They're
Confused.
Bulldogs, man.
Oh, hell. Look who I thought we got away from this guy.
Murphy.
I thought we got away from this guy, man.
Our guy Murphy
Lord
from
have mercy.
99.7 WTN is out here.
God.
He's going to the game. He's going to Knoxville this weekend.
I know he is.
We may have to give him a mic in a second.
Good Lord.
Slow down the drinking, big man.
No. Speed it up.
Speed it up. All right, Georgia, Tennessee. We got more on that game next. 3HL broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Cedar Creek Marina. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone.
Genetics, stress, hormones, aging. Will Ron Slay here, man, and I got to tell you, all natural and inevitable factors that lead to hair loss. Fortunately, there is a proven way to reverse common and even rare patterns of balding. Using groundbreaking technology, Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment regrows your own natural hair, even in those places where it's disappeared for years. And it works for men and women across all ages. Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology and top-rated physicians have improved tens of thousands of lives. But time is of the essence, people. Hair loss from natural factors can eventually reach a point of no return. So schedule your consultation today, that free consultation, and find out if you qualify for $500 off. Call 629-348-HAIR. We might not be able to prevent all the causes of hair loss, but you can regrow your own natural hair with Advanced Hair. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. 629-348-HAIR on advancedhair.com.
Why did you go so fast?
Because I kind of like a burp, and then I don't. And I feel like I was going to slob, like mouth get watery.
Plus,
looking
Hunk was
down.
counting you down.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that.
There's a lot going on. If you can come see the live broadcast. You'll see it all. Everything's changing so fast these days. That's a great thing. Back in the day, we were lucky if we could get one video to load on the desktop computer, but now there's the Xfinity 10G network. That means the fastest internet with faster speeds rolling out all the time, and internet that can power a house full of devices at once with ultra-low lag. So while one person streams a movie from their room, another can play video games in the basement, while another TikToks in the kitchen. It's the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through December 21st, new customers can get 75 megabit internet on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $20 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees are extra after the promotion. Regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary.
Good evening from the Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Cedar Creek Marina. I'm Joe Honk. No Traylon Burks on Sunday. No Andre Dillard. No SMB. Those are some of the names that just came out on that injury report about 3 hours ago. Now for the Jags, Jamal Agnew, Tyson Campbell, both of those players are going to be out for them. Now Trevor Lawrence kind of hopped up on the injury report with a knee issue, but he has been a full participant, and he should be good to go. Those are some of your injuries. The other one is if you have Joe Burrow on your fantasy team, might as well go in and get you somebody new because he is done for the season with a wrist injury. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols flagship station for your Tennessee Titans as well as home 2-3-HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, Friday edition. Brent Doherty with you. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great week. Weekend is here, and we are ready. Broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, the new location at Cedar Creek Marina in Mount Juliet. We'd love to see you out here. We're giving away Tennessee Vanderbilt tickets so you can register to win. And we'll do that in the last segment of the show. Brent Doherty, as I said. Don Davenport is in Tuscaloosa in advance of Alabama and Chattanooga. She'll be on the sideline for that broadcast. Ron Slay is here.
Good old Rocky Top. This kind got no room. This kind got no room. No room. No
Georgia
room,
at
no
Tennessee
room.
tomorrow.
No
Georgia
room.
10 to 10.5-point favorite. I love these rivalry games, man.
I do too.
Tennessee going with the orange jerseys and the white pants, going traditional.
Yeah, it's time.
Against that Georgia tradition as well, and Smokey and Ugga and all that stuff.
Traditional whoopings.
Dolly Parton's going to be there.
When you pull out Dolly, when you pull Dolly out from Dollywood, then it's only one thing on your mind.
What's that?
That's Georgia. Georgia's on my mind. Like it, put all that together.
Wouldn't you love to ride a roller coaster with Dolly at Dollywood?
Yes.
Like, who just says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a theme park. Like Slay World.
That'll be a hell of a world, boy. I'm telling you. That'll.
You'd have fried land over here.
I'm telling you. Hey, man, that'll be something.
Where you see more than one of everything?
Yeah. You got a little nap. You got nap land.
Nap land, yeah.
Over there,
a little
nap
tilt-a-world.
Mm-hmm. Sauce land.
The weird mirrors.
Oh, yeah, boy.
That's fried land.
Yeah. You don't want to get caught in there too long. Get to running into stuff.
And then sober up.
Yeah. Yeah. Soberville, yeah.
Yeah. That's where you get the hydration stations. Man.
Hey, that'd be dope, dog. Somebody need to, I'm telling y'all better invest.
Slay World.
Get it now.
Georgia has won 27 consecutive games, 37 consecutive regular season football games.
Wow.
Right? Tennessee's won 14 in a row at Neyland Stadium, longest streak since 1996 to 2000.
Hold on. Say that last.
14 in a row at Neyland.
Wow, Georgia.
That was the last team to beat Tennessee in Neyland, Georgia.
Wow. And they were up. Tennessee was up.
Yeah.
Coming out that first quarter. I think it was 10-3 because I won
Came
that
out
bet.
throwing deep.
Yep. God, come on, man. Just a little. Now, I will say, you know how special it is and how difficult it is, man, to be able to run off that many wins?
Oh, my gosh.
Like,
that's what everybody keeps saying, the 27 in a row. But, like, then I saw that 37 straight regular season games.
Like, that's nuts.
That's just playing your schedule and winning every damn game.
Like injuries, the ball not bouncing your way. Like, so many different things can go wrong. The
turnovers.
Yeah. Bad schemes, like getting out coached. That's like a lot goes to that. Like you've never been out coached. You can't say you've been out coached. You ain't never been outplayed. Like you just don't lose. That's tough, man. But it does help having a lot of the best players. I mean, at some point,
yeah, it does.
Some point, the war of attrition kicks in, man. There's only so much more you can do.
We saw what the Dream Team did back in the day.
I mean, and that's what they look like, and all of them playing for the Eagles. Yeah, it's crazy.
Georgia has won 6 in a row in the series by an average score of 39-13. The fewest points Georgia has scored in those 6 is 27. The most points Tennessee has scored in those 6 is 21.
Damn. Well, tomorrow's the day.
Tennessee last beat Georgia in Knoxville on October 10th, 2015, 38-31. Josh Dobbs, 25 of 42, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 18 carries for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. So quick math, it was 430 total yards and 5 total touchdowns in that game for Dobbs.
I need – it's time, man, to go on to see Milton go on and run, man.
I mean, like
he's starting to see
15
it.
cold
Yeah,
runs.
let's roll, man.
Just go bury people.
I wish he wouldn't have to be. It wouldn't have to be a call run. Like, I wish he would instinctively say, "Hey, nobody's there. I'm gone."
Can you imagine if he did?
Dude.
Like he drops back, and he's like, "Hey!" Like, like vocally says,
he should, and everybody would be
"Hey,
like, "What?
Everybody's gone.
What?
See y'all.
What are you doing? Hey, where's he going? You don't run." And he'll catch everybody by surprise, man.
Where's he going?
Yeah, like he'll never leave the pocket.
The pocket doesn't go that far.
What
are you doing, man?
Yeah. Get back here.
That pocket's on 10 yards,
Hey,
10 yards
man.
down the field.
I'm telling you, dog, it would change. You can't. I don't believe you can win in today's game with just a pocket passer. Not consistently. Without having a dual threat, instinctive guy. You saw when Nico got in against.
Oh my gosh! I just thought of something. Go ahead.
What?
You saw when Nico what?
When he got in against who was it? I was gonna say UTSA. Whoever we played, UConn, and he instinctively like nobody's in the box, run.
Yeah, and then
the
just
man ran. It's like
yeah.
I don't know what's difficult about that.
Can you imagine? And I'm not wishing this on anybody. I'm just like, you know how we do it when we're just sitting around talking about things and you start talking about hypotheticals. Can you imagine, like, if Joe Milton went down early and Nico came in there and beat Georgia? Can you imagine the freaking hype on Tennessee going into next season?
No, they automatically become the story.
There already will be hype on Tennessee with that guy at quarterback, but can you imagine if he came in and beat Georgia and then beat Vanderbilt and then they won the bowl game, and then you go into the offseason?
Nuts. The hype is already crazy. Like, and he's handling it beautifully. Like, this young man, there's some people that groom, like we talked about Will Levis when we saw him at SEC Media Day. Like, the man looks like a quarterback. His presence, his aura, his build, it looks like he's been created to be a quarterback. This young man, from all the success and social media love and fan love, fanfare, whatever you want to call it, man, the way he carries himself and handles it is I've never seen a guy like that at that age, 18, 19 years old, be able to handle that pressure and not kind of be a butthole about it, you know what I'm saying? At times, you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, a little snobby or like, I don't want to do something, you know what I'm saying? This dude, every time I've seen him, he carries himself well. He stops and signs autographs for everybody. Speaks to people that he don't know. Like, it's very impressive, man. Very impressive. So if he's able to go out there and his game lives up to where the hype is, it's gonna be a special dude, man. And if it started against Georgia, I'll be all on board. I'm gonna drive up there. If he get in the game and they start to win, I'm driving up there. If they win that game, I'm driving up there after the game. Has anybody ever left after a game to go up there?
To go party?
That's where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going.
Go find your boys.
They beat Georgia. I'm on the way, y'all. I'm on the way.
I know exactly whose house you're going to.
First stop going to be Murph. We beat Georgia. You're going to be my first stop tomorrow on my ride up there. We beat Georgia. You're going to be my first stop. You avid, rabid Georgia fan. You're going to be my first stop. I'm going to pull up and find you and do something to you.
How confident are you? Hey, Slay, how are you? Hey,
how you doing, Murph, dog?
What's going on, guys?
Murph, what's up? Murph from 99.7 WTN. What up, man?
I
Got your Bulldog shirt on?
I had to come out and say it's the anniversry of Slay not paying off his cigar bet. So I had to come out. It's Ron Slay and Matt Murphy's anniversary. We made this cigar, and Slay blamed me. He blamed me. He said, you didn't show up. You didn't show up for the payoff, so whatever. But it's the anniversary, so I'm willing to go double or nothing, Slay.
I like it. Yep.
Double or nothing on the cigars.
Yep.
Well, let's get my man in here.
Well, I would love for him to be.
No, listen, I just want to benefit. So, whoever wins.
We'll throw in a third cigar, whatever.
Just find one. But you jumped on here and asked how confident am I?
How confident are you?
I think that's right there is the wrong question to be asking. Because it ain't really about my confidence. It's not that ain't where.
What's it about? That's a pretty direct question.
It's about
1 to 10. How confident are you?
It ain't about confidence. See, what it's about is how crazy am I? And I'm Woody Woodpecker crazy right now.
I get it.
Like I'm
I
pecking on the tree.
I think you're Wile E. Coyote crazy.
I'm him with the anvil. Yeah,
Right.
drop it on me. I'll get back up.
You're gonna need some Acme packages. Here's what I
Are you the woodpecker in the petrified forest?
I'm
Remember that
everybody. I'm all the characters.
He's going full steam
That's right.
to the thing. Like I'm the road runner. I just painted the tunnel on the side of the cliff.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you're just running.
They like it.
Head on in.
I like it, and I go on in there.
And you know what? Sometimes
it goes through.
It goes through.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, look, anything can happen. My man Kirby, my football,
Kirby?
my foot. I call him my football Lord and Savior.
Okay.
Kirby Smart.
Okay. I legit thought he was talking about Kirby.
No, Kirby.
The
Curbster.
Curb says, you don't take anything for granted in the SEC.
No,
nothing for granted in the SEC.
Yep.
And there was a long time that I was in the wilderness with Mark Richt.
Yeah.
And everybody loved Mark Richt, right?
One of the best guys ever.
And if I have to hear that, I've said
I mean,
many
he
times,
is.
if I have to hear what a great human being Mark Richt is one more time, I'm going to throw up. Because he was. But you know what he would do? He'd lose to Vanderbilt every once in a while, and he would certainly lose it to – so now we have a guy that is focused on not being a great – I'm sure that Kirby Smart's a great human being, but he is focused on being a football coach. And he tells me, take nothing for granted. Okay. And Neyland Stadium, contrary to what Gary Danielson would tell you, is an incredible – everybody tells me, be afraid.
You're going to have fun early.
Yeah.
Until y'all go up like 13 to 3.
Well, no, that's what I told my wife. I told my wife, I said, and she knows this because we've been to foreign environments, right? I was like, have fun, enjoy the camaraderie. It's the SEC.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time pregame.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time, but then know when to get humble.
Yeah.
If you know, you know what I mean. Know when to get humble.
Yep.
You're either going to be lavished with slaps on the back. If Tennessee pulls off the upset, everybody's going to love us because we just got our butts whipped.
Yep.
But know when to get somewhere in the third quarter, get real small and real humble. Like, hey, we're just happy to be here. Thank y'all. Y'all got a great guy. It's good.
Y'all so nice.
Y'all so great. It's been a great atmosphere.
I've never been here before. This is amazing.
Can we just get to our car, please?
That's it. That's how you got to go about it, Mark.
No, in all seriousness, you're going to see an incredible environment until Georgia pulls away. If that is what happens.
Yeah, I don't think they're pulling away. You know what? I don't think
I worry with it. And here's why. And let me give you a breakdown.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Kirby Smart hates the run.
Yeah.
Right? And always has. Right? Kirby Smart believes that the run wins or loses you football games on both offense and defense. It always has.
Right.
And he learned from the master, Nick Saban, right? So he will focus on Tennessee's running game,
right,
which gives Milton the opportunity to throw. So the greatest fear for Matt Murphy is Tennessee gets a score, and then Georgia does something stupid, and then they get up 14-0. If Tennessee gets up 14-0 in Neyland, I'm afraid.
That's
I'm afraid.
That's dangerous.
Because then atmosphere can control the game. Carson Beck can get freaked out, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where I fear.
Then you got to deal with me driving up there because I'm on the way. I'm most definitely on the way. No, they get up like that.
Slade be up there about 8:30 Eastern.
Woo-wee.
Plenty of time to get fried.
And you going to know it's, I'm coming.
You probably take an Uber.
I will. I will. I will take it.
But here's what gives me confidence. I watched the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
And if that team if the team that played Auburn at Jordan-Hare shows up at Neyland, y'all can beat us.
Yep.
Now here's one thing though.
But if that team at Ole Miss shows up.
Agreed.
The question about Tennessee though was that Tennessee's defensive performance against Missouri, was that an outlier? Or are they really the number one rush defense in the country and all those things? And are they really the number one rush offense in the country and all of those things? Because that's going to dictate. Here's the thing: Ole Miss's defense sucks bad, and we knew it going in, right? So like when they jumped up, you're like, it's okay. Georgia will figure that out. So. That's my question. Where is Tennessee's defense really? Are they really comparable to Ole Miss, or are they really one of the better defenses in the country, which is statistically what they were until last weekend?
Right.
So I don't.
The best defense that Georgia will face so far this season is Tennessee.
Right.
I think that's no question.
Yeah,
and
because
y'all
haven't played anybody until Ole Miss.
Well, we played a few people. I mean, we played the schedule that's in front of us. I'm sick to death.
That was created by you.
I'm sick. Well, we tried to play Oklahoma. SEC took that away. They took that away.
All right.
So we play the teams that we play and beat the teams that we have faced for the last 27. 27? Is it 27? What is it, guys? Y'all are the sports guys. Is it 27?
It's 27.
I think it's 27.
It's 37. It's 37 straight regular season games.
That's the wildest part.
Incredible. There he is, Matt Murphy.
No slip-ups. Y'all haven't had any slip-ups. None. 3 years running, no slip-ups. That's amazing.
This is a coaching opportunity for Coach Smart.
What hours are you on these days?
Noon to 3.
Noon to 3 on 99.7.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yes.
When you're not listening to the powerhouse in the South of the sports. Right. If you get, I don't know why you would do it. But just tune in a bit.
Yeah, and if you see Murph, make him buy you a beer when you're in Knoxville.
Yeah. I will. I'm in the hat. Find me. I'll be wearing a hat.
All right, more 3HL when we come back. If you want to talk Titans, Jags, you want to talk Georgia, Tennessee, 615-737-1045.
What's happening, people? Hey, Ron Slay here, man. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. I'm going to give you a couple little updates about them. Well, Kevin and the family, man, they've been holding it down since 2011. And, yes, indeed, it is a family-owned, ran business, man. And it is family when they come out and knock on that door, ring the doorbell. They want you to be comfortable with your family inside. That's right. Get your HVAC unit checked on by the heating and cooling company that can take care of all your HVAC needs. I did it. Babs waited to do hers and found out, boy, it does get cold without an HVAC unit. So that all had to be taken care of. I had to end up getting a new one, but I'll let her tell that story next time. If you need a new unit, they got you covered, man. Get up to 60 months, no interest, financing with approved credit. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling offers free service calls with their repairs also. Plus up to 18 months, no interest on repairs. That's real simple, real easy to do. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. Dive into it, man. SpringHillAC.com. You know, we always got to put the tagline on it. Call them.
Kent? Okay. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Dolly Parton going to be in the house at Neyland Stadium. Slay won't, but Dolly Parton will be there. She's picking it up for you.
But Vols go up by 14, like that little situation you just talked about, Slay will be up there.
You're just going to call the Uber and
I'm Ubering up.
Start riding?
Yep.
You can watch it on your phone on the way up there.
That's right. Now, and if they started to lose on the way up there, I'm turning around.
But then what if Nico comes in and then they take the lead again?
Then the next exit, I'm turning back around, and we going back to
It's
Rocky
quite an
Top.
Uber bill.
Yeah. Got to. Hey, listen, it's about sacrifice.
Yeah,
you got to do
well.
what you got to do for your squad to win. If I need to be there to support, I'll be there to support.
Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. 3HL broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Cedar Creek Marina, giving away Tennessee Vandy tickets. So get registered when you get here. And Tennessee's all-time leading wide receiver, former Titan Joey Kent, joins us now. Check out thatlegendaryplay.com online. And JK, when people go there, thatlegendaryplay.com, what are they going to find?
A bunch of good stuff, man. 18 by 24 prints of legendary plays from NFL, college, NBA. You're going to see a lot of Tennessee stuff, too. So that's a good thing. Hopefully we'll have a legendary play tomorrow, guys.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about, JK. Yeah. We need a legendary play. What's your opinion about this game tomorrow, man? You feel a little upset in the making? I mean, a team that's run 37 straight. 37 straight. That means no slips, no bumps in the road. Luck has to go
regular
your way.
Season.
Yeah, regular
Regular
season.
Yeah.
But the ball got to bounce your way. Like schematically, you got to be on point. Like that's almost unbelievable in football, dog.
Yeah, man, I woke up optimistic this morning. I really did. And then after I thought about it throughout the course of the day, I became more realistic. But what gives me hope is how well they played at home this year, or really for the last 2 years, right? And when you look at last week's game against Missouri, they didn't play well. It seemed like they just didn't have the fire against Missouri, and Schrader had a lot to do with that running back. He was just running all over the field. But I don't want to go back to the time where it's 4 or 5 years ago. You have a team like Georgia or no one team come in New and say you just have no hope.
Right.
Like I don't want to get back to that point because Tennessee is much more improved. They have much better personnel from 4 or 5 years ago. So I mean, yes, the ball has to bounce their way. You know, Milton has to play well. Defense has to do what they need to do. You know, don't rush upfield too much. Kind of keep the quarterback in the pocket. Control the running game. You know, that's football 101 regardless. But they have to do all that stuff to win tomorrow for them to be successful.
You know, it's funny, like the struggles on the road, right? Like outside of the Kentucky game, Florida, Alabama, Missouri. I think it's interesting when you look at like where the struggles lie first, and that's defensively, and they're just in those 3 games on the road, they're just not who they are statistically in those 3 games. Why are they so much better at home defensively? Is it the juice from the crowd?
Man, that's $1 million question, man. I know football, but I just can't answer that question, man. It might be just the juice, just the confidence of playing at home. It just seems like they're a different team when they're on the road defensively. You look at back at the Alabama game, they played pretty well the first half of the game. That second half, it was just they were non-existent. So I can't answer that question, man. But you know, I'm happy. Obviously, I'm happy they're playing at home. I think that's going to give them a little bit more juice. Dolly's going to be there. I mean, the crowd is going to be in it. You know, it's a rivalry game. All those factors. You can play spoiler. You know, we're not in a position now where we can have any hope for the SEC East being the SEC championship game. So you can play not spoiler, but you can spoil their season as far as beating a number 1 ranked team and maybe spoiling their opportunity to make the playoffs down the line.
What did it mean to you to play in games like this, these big SEC game rivalries at home? What was there extra juice for you in that? Like what was different about games like this?
Specifically Georgia, we always felt like we would beat Georgia. Like, Georgia is one of those teams that we knew they had tons of talent, but at the end of the day, we always felt like we would win. And I tell you guys all the time, you know the records of your big three: Florida, Alabama, Georgia. And I was not lucky, but fortunate enough to go 4-0 against Georgia. And there were some really competitive games. There were some games that maybe we shouldn't have won those games. We ended up winning. The 4 times that I played against Georgia, but they were highly competitive. I remember playing against Kirby Smart. I mean, that's how old I am.
Yeah.
He was I think he was like a freshman or sophomore when I was a senior. I remember playing him my last time playing Georgia in Athens, and he was a talker, man. He was just like a talker. Like, he would talk a lot of smack, and I just got I've only told this story one time, but he was talking so much, man. It was we called a timeout, and Coach Cutcliffe already called the play and all that good stuff. So we just kind of standing around. He was just talking during the timeout, and so I kind of walked away from the huddle, and I told him, like, look, this is the play. This is the play we're going to run. This is the route I'm going to run. If you are covering me, I'm going to score. And I don't know if he believed it or not.
Flat out.
I don't know if he believed, because he played safety, but he played the slot some too.
Yeah.
And I just had enough, and I was like, if you're covering me, we're going to score. And we did score that play, but the play got called back for either legal procedure, something happened. But yeah, man, it's that rivalry, man. I love playing against Georgia. I really do. I love playing in the hedges. It's one of those games, man, where if you don't get up for like this game, even though we don't have a lot to play for,
right? You
do. I mean, you have a chance to beat a number 1 ranked team at home and kind of right your wrongs from last week. So, I love these type of games.
Well, he must have been under your skin, because I don't, like, you don't come across to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but that
was my first time, man. Like, that was my first time. I remember, you're right, though, man. That was my first time, because I remember walking to the stadium, like, the cheerleaders were talking smack, the hostesses were talking smack. Like, it was just constant. And then the team came out, and they were doing the same thing. And that was my first time really, like, getting into, like, that spirit of just talking smack and like that. You know what I mean? I always have something to say. It wouldn't be as bad as I did then. And I told Peyton that story. He just shook his head like, "You did what?" I said, "Man, I was tired of it, man. We scored anyway, so it didn't matter."
That's dope, man. So going into this game, man, we've been talking to a couple of people today, man. The running game going up against this Georgia defense, how important is it to get that going in order to have some opportunities to get some one-on-one matchups on the outside where Milton can take advantage of? But up front, this trenches, man, the guys, Cooper Mays and these guys got to really, really put their foot down and, hold their ground in this. How important is this running game in this?
Man, it's huge, man. You saw what happened last week. We couldn't get the running game going. We fumbled in the time of possession. Like, we just couldn't get anything going. And we have to run the ball to beat Georgia. We have to kind of control that side of the ball as far as run. And we have the backs to do it. We really do. But we have to be committed to doing it. Milton should be a part of that run game too. I like what I saw last week as far as him, like, dipping his shoulder and putting his 240 pounds behind his run. I like that, man. I want to see him run more, because you can't account for a guy like that. And he's not the fastest guy. He's not Michael Vick back there, but
right.
I mean, he has enough speed, and he can maneuver around and get the first down. You saw what the quarterback at Missouri did last week. He's not the fastest guy, but he maneuvered around, and on third down, he got the first down. I mean, we just want to get first downs to stay on the field, man, and then take your shots after that.
Man, Joey, are you a little shocked, man, not to see even at this point in the season? We've seen it a little bit more the last couple of games, but are you shocked not to have seen it more from Joe Milton as far as the running, the instinctive sense of, man, they ain't got nobody in a spy or anything. Like, why wouldn't you run?
I just think he's just become more of a willing runner. I think at the beginning of the season, I just think he wanted to protect himself.
Right.
But at this point in the season, man, I know he's has aspirations to play at the next level, but you're trying to win games, man.
Right.
And his willingness to run will give you the best chance of winning. Everybody knows his arm strength and his ability on that level. But man, you got to run the ball, man, and especially against a team like Georgia, they're gonna have to account for you. And then if they start accounting for you, that kind of opens up a little bit more for either the run game or the pass game.
Talking about wide receivers, Joey, Tennessee thin at wideout for sure. Brew McCoy was lost for the season. Now Dante Thornton is done for the year.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Squirrel White and Ramil Keaton, and then the two freshmen, Caleb Webb and Chaz Nimrod. What have you seen from those two guys, and what do you anticipate from Squirrel White and Ramil Keaton in terms of stepping their game up?
Man, we talked about this early in the season, guys, because I remember I talked about Squirrel being the number one, and I was like, I don't know if he's like a number one guy because of his size, and your number one guy is a guy that's just going to show up every single week, and he's done that to a point. Some games he's kind of disappeared, and maybe in a half or two, but your number one guy is a guy who's going to show up every week. He's going to be a guy that even the defense knows you're going to throw the ball to him, but he's going to get the ball anyway. He's going to catch and make plays. And Keaton, my point is, I think like Keaton and Squirrel are like number two guys. Mm-hmm. I don't know right now, with Brew going down early in the season, I don't know if we have like a true number one. We thought Thornton would come in and maybe kind of ascend to that, but, it didn't quite happen. You saw him kind of come on the last couple games, but he's out for the rest of the season. So, with the injuries that's happened over, the last 4 or 5 games, we're thin, man. And, Nimrod has kind of made some plays here and there. But we just, especially tomorrow, man, Squirrel has to be that number one guy. He has to be. Like, he has to come up big and for us to have any type of success offensively.
So we've kind of talked through this, but as we near the end of the segment, bullet point it for us, if you don't mind. How does Tennessee get the win against Georgia in Knoxville tomorrow?
Oh, man. From a defense standpoint, last week, man, we let the quarterback run on third down to get first downs, man. You have to limit that, right? You have to kind of don't rush upfield too much, kind of box the quarterback in, stop the run on defense. They're going to have some shot plays with McConkey. He's a crafty receiver. He's really good at running routes, man. So kind of limit him. He's going to get his catches. Offensively, you're going to have to take shots. And we just talked about Squirrel coming up big, running game. We have to run over 150 yards, man, to be successful in the win. And Milton, it's going to fall on his shoulders. He's going to have to run the ball. He's going to have to make some plays through the air. And if we do that, man, we'll have a shot, man. And playing at home, that's going to give us a little bit more momentum and some more juice. So I'm looking forward. I'll be there tomorrow. I actually have an in-store appearance at the Ball Shop from 11:30 to 12:30. So if you guys are, whoever's listening, you're making your way to Knoxville, you're there that early, stop by and say hello. Looking forward to the game tomorrow.
At the Vol Shop. That's 11:30 to 12:30 Eastern to remind people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that 4-0 against Georgia, Joey Kent. Mm-hmm. That's going to be fun, man. And, Auburn ran it against them. Missouri ran it against them. Maybe Tennessee can run it against them. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you have to be successful against them. So I'm looking forward. So I'm excited about it tomorrow.
Love it. Tennessee all-time leading receiver, Joey Kent. ThatLegendaryPlay.com. Yeah. Check it out. It is gift-giving season, man, and this is kind of an outside-the-box idea that the person you're giving this gift to will absolutely love, and it's not just Tennessee stuff. Check it out, ThatLegendaryPlay.com. Thank you, JK, man. Have fun. Be safe.
All
right, thanks, guys.
All right.
SEC legend.
Yeah. Who is this Uncle T dude that was funding this spy program at Michigan? We're going to talk about it next. 3HL. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Cedar Creek Marina Scoreboard Bar and Grill. We're going to give away those Tennessee Vandy tickets when we come back as well. This is 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Want to tell you about my friends at Cupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Get it done this weekend, and you can get ready for the holiday gift-giving season. Maybe you can give yourself a gift by heading out to Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned, they will be able to hook you up. Daniel Gupton and his crew are there for you. No pressure at all when you visit with them. They simply want what you want, you in the vehicle that's right for you. And that's what will happen. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Take 24 west toward Clarksville. Exit 35 is 9 miles outside the city, and then you'll be there straight shot. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All of the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. That's GuptonMotors.com. Check them out. Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
What's happening, folks? Ron Slay here, Cove Generators, and on behalf of Babsy, I like to tell you exactly what they do. When you're out there and it's winter knocking at the door and they start to hit those electrical power lines and knock it out with a little bad weather or something, your house, your energy, your power pops right back on. Why? Because you probably got a generator right there, and a Cove generator would be a fact. Now they do everything. Yes, that's right. Cove Generators, they take care of you, and that's all they do. When your power goes off the grid, your home is still protected. So why wouldn't you go get a Cove generator? Yeah, it's your premier Generac home standby generator dealer. You can call them today and be prepared for winter. Call Cove Generators. Have a generator already? Well, Cove Generators still perform maintenance on any Generac automatic standby generator of any brand. Does not matter as long as you own it. Visit CoveGenerators.com and never lose power again. Contact them today at 931-559-3311. That's 931-559-3311 or CoveGenerators.com. Stay connected through it all.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Rod Slay, wrapping up the Friday edition of 3HL. Hope you're going to have a great weekend. I'm sure you will. Those of you that have to work, we'll be thinking about you.
Aye.
I'll be working next Sunday as the Titans have a home game. So me and Kevin Dyson on the Titans Talk Back, presented by Lee Company. Lucas Panzica will have that responsibility on Sunday this weekend. Tennessee and Georgia tomorrow. Titans at Jacksonville on Sunday.
Oh, boy. Going to be fun. It's going to be fun, Euro.
Georgia a 10-point favorite. Jacksonville a 7-point favorite. Carson Beck, by the way, for Georgia, 72.2% completion percentage, 302 yards per game, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
He been on.
On the road, however, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
He ain't been on.
So 14 of his 18 have come at home. Senior running back Kendall Milton, 9 for 122 against Georgia and against Ole Miss, and 2 touchdowns. He had 300 yards for the season before that game, been banged up. Dejon Edwards, 69 per game. He's got 10 rushing touchdowns. Edwards, a senior running back. Joey Kent mentioned Ladd McConkey. Last 3 games for McConkey, 17 receptions in his last 3, 311 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he's basically 6 for 103, 104.
Yeah, Brock Bowers back into the mix.
Yep, he was 3 for 34 and a touchdown. Didn't look 100% last week. They said 7 weeks, which would have been the Tennessee game. But you can understand a guy like that coming back early.
He was done. Kirby said he was sitting over there on the sideline doing workouts, and guys was looking at him like, man, this dude is different. Like, there's no way he's supposed to be doing the stuff he's doing over there. So, still think it's a chance.
It's always a chance, man.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, sports. Anything can happen.
That's right.
Tennessee's last win against number 1. I think this is right. I went all over the internet. It's actually kind of hard to find that information. But it looks like it was the 1985 Tennessee-Auburn game, and I was there for that. So Sports Illustrated came to Knoxville to do a feature on Bo Jackson, Auburn's running back, and they were going to put him on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
But then what happened was Tennessee won 38-20. I mean, just pounded number 1 ranked Auburn, and it was amazing. Tony Robinson went nuts. So you know what Sports Illustrated did? What? They put Tony Robinson on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And it said Tennessee Waltz was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. That was a fun day.
Why not waltz again, Joe Milton?
And it's funny, back then, too, like, they had, like, it felt like 1 million balloons inside the stadium, and when the team ran out, they released them all.
Did they?
Like, they don't do that anymore, I guess,
No,
for, like, restrictions or something. I don't know.
Something, right?
But they did that back then. Yeah, that was fun. So, never know. Maybe.
I just don't understand how you can go 37 games and not make a mistake.
37 regular season games in a row.
Not make a mistake.
Isn't that crazy?
You're not making a mistake 37 times. You wake up and go do it every single day. You're going to make a mistake at some point, Euro.
We do it all the time in our job.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you.
We just keep rolling.
Like, what?
Eric in Nashville, next up on 3HL. Eric, what's up?
Hey, guys. You may have already talked about this. I've heard you playing the music. What's going to be the over and under of number of shots the CBS gets of Dolly Parton at Neyland Stadium tomorrow? And you also have to wonder if Peyton's going to be there, too. They're going to try and call in all the big guns, hopefully pull out their victory tomorrow. Hopefully it could be like what Taylor Swift does for the Chiefs. Guys, y'all take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, good to hear your voice. I hope you're doing well, Eric. Prayers up, man. Over under shots of Dolly Parton. That's an interesting question.
I ain't going a lot on CBS. I'm gonna go probably 2.
2.5.
Yeah.
If Tennessee's winning though,
that's different.
They may go like high volume.
Yeah, they might put a picture in picture. Put it right there in the little bottom corner and just put the game up. Look at Dolly's reaction.
And if they're getting blown out, maybe do the same thing. Just have her sing every once in a while.
No, they need to mic her up. That's what I see. I need to hit Danny White up. I think I got his number. I'm gonna hit him up and see if he can mic. They can mic Dolly up.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be cool to hear a segment?
Listen,
with
guys.
Dolly,
guys. Slay wants Dolly mic'd up, so we're gonna somebody get a mic on her.
Yeah. I will, boy. What you know what? The only thing better than that, if they could have my girl come to the game.
Who, Rihanna?
Rihanna?
Martha. I love her too. Martha.
Martha.
Martha
Martha Stewart at the Tennessee game?
Yeah, like you want to blow some people's minds?
Martha.
Yeah,
Does she have a Tennessee connection?
And she got a Tennessee bathing suit. And it'd be perfect for me.
Her Tennessee connection is Slay's love for her.
That's right. That's my girl. Did you see her?
I can't say anything. I have a thing for Dolly Parton.
Me.
She looked good, dude.
No.
Listen,
Nah,
this is the year.
I don't know.
This is the year of the octogenarian.
That's right. We went through this.
Yeah.
we went through this. Yeah.
Robert De Niro just had his 7th kid.
Sure did. Yep. Sure did.
Hunk, do we have a Tennessee Vanderbilt winner?
Funny enough, we actually have 2.
Hey.
What do you mean you have 2?
They found an extra set of tickets, a pair of tickets, so we're giving away a pair.
All right.
All right, so our first winner is Chris Ricketts.
Hey, Chris.
All right,
Chris Ricketts.
Chris Ricketts.
Hey,
there you
we
go. You will be contacted.
Congratulations, Chris.
And our second winner is Mark Stupefier. Are you from Disturbed? Oh. Yeah.
Mark won. Hey.
I didn't know if he.
Shut up, Mark.
I don't know. It's German. No, you would think the guy with the German last name would know how to pronounce it, but I don't.
Well, I mean, how many people know how to pronounce Hunkapiller?
That's
you
true.
never even say it. It's just Hunk.
Yeah. 4. It's the only ones in my house. That's about it.
Hey, look out for Dominic Lovett, too, tomorrow. 43 receptions, 475 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
They just keep loading up. All right, Georgia, we get it. Damn, dog, enough. All right,
Damn
all right,
dog.
y'all good.
Damn dogs.
Y'all good, y'all. All right, we know you good, dogs.
Can the Titans get to Trevor Lawrence?
That's
They've given up
question.
8 sacks in the last 2 games. Arden Key playing his old team. I need 2.5 out of Arden Key.
More, I mean, I do too. More confidence. Titans at Jags, Vols and Georgia.
Don't do that to me.
Who you got?
It's
You only get one pick.
like
Who you got?
Sophie's
You got to
Choice.
put your
I
life
don't
on the line.
Life on the
Yeah,
line.
you need the Titans or the
Neither.
Vols. Who you you don't got the faith in the Titans or the Vols.
Not this
Somebody
weekend.
with your life.
Not this weekend. Hunk, what's next?
That would be
Right over
the
there.
3HL after party brought to you by Awaken 180, and then the Battle of the Burrow in the quarterfinals.
All right, sounds good, man.
Battle of the Borough.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all have a safe weekend.
Ravenwood and
No,
Ravenwood.
That's
Riverdale
a
and
battle of the woods.
Riverdale and
Yeah, Riverdale and Oakland.
Oakland, yeah.
Oh, that's the old school.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Yeah.
Two
Back when we were
OGs.
kids.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all have a safe weekend. We'll see you back out on Monday.
Let's go, Vols. Do it for us.
I know, right?
Yep. Please.
Good night. God bless.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be y'all.